Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Me and Who Else. For today's episode, we have three guests, not one, not two, but we have three for the very first time. And it's a trio that you guys have been loving, you guys have been seeing all over social media. But before we introduce them, let's take a quick ad break. You guys, I'm so excited to see Kendrick Lamar and SZA in concert this year. They are currently going on tour, and I just think that it's something fun to do out of the house, to do something outside of this podcast room. I've been in this room for a couple of months, so I'm so excited to leave the house, and I have been looking for the best deal, which is why I want to give today's sponsor for this video, SeatGeek, a huge shout out. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are more than 70,000 live events on SeatGeek, including concerts, festivals, games like NBA games. And like I said, Kendrick Lamar and SZA are going on tour this year, so I'm so excited. But currently there's other artists on tour like Sabrina, Tyler the Creator, Brandon Lake, and so much more. Anything concert related or sports related, I always go on SeatGeek. For example, I recently went to the Billie Eilish concert and it was the best concert ever. I had so much fun, and of course I did find the best deal on SeatGeek. And what I love about it is that SeatGeek has your back. They rate each ticket on a scale from 1 to 10, and they demonstrate if the ticket has a green dot, you are getting a good deal, and if the ticket has a red dot, SeatGeek is letting you know that it's not the best deal. Plus, every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. And of course, myself and Who Else podcast had to come through for you guys, and you guys can now use our discount code WHOELSE10 for 10% off your very next purchase with SeatGeek. That's 10% off with promo code WHOELSE10. Make sure you guys click the link in my description box below to download the app, and the code will be added directly to your account for your next purchase. With that being said, thank you so much, SeatGeek, for sponsoring this episode. Let's get started on today's podcast. So we do have three special guests today. They are a family on social media that you guys love. You guys have seen so much going on in their lives. And I wanted to bring them on for you guys to see another side of them and to get to know them a little bit better. Please help me welcome. We have Josie.
Hello, hello.
We have Miss Tessa.
Hello.
And then we have Miss Alesia. Hi, girls. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
You girls literally look like all sisters.
Yes. We
Yes.
literally get that all the time.
Girl, you look like their sister. You look so good, honey.
She swears that she's like 60.
Yeah. Stop. You do not look 60.
Mentally. Mentally.
Oh, mentally. Oh, that's true. I feel like when you feel older mentally, like you just kind of think you also look older.
I think I know where I'm at too, because like when I look in that mirror, I do see a 40-year-old woman.
Really? Yeah. No. I feel like you guys like look all like sisters. Are you girls excited to be here together?
Yes.
Is it your first time being on a podcast, all three together?
Mm-hmm.
How exciting!
I know. I'm glad it's yours.
I know. Thank you, girls, for coming. I contacted Alesia, and I'm just like, I want you guys to come on.
Little me's fangirling right now.
Oh, stop! I've been watching you since Musically.
Oh my God, stop.
You've been on social media for a very long time, but I am so excited to get into all of that. And then I do want to start off with Miss Tessa, because we saw she went back to school. How is that going?
So far, so good. I know I'm on my third day, but it's completely like chill. But besides that, everything, it's just gone by fast. But yeah, that's it.
I know, how exciting, because throughout your entire high school you weren't in like a public school.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. Besides my freshman year, I was a little bit, and then I switched schools because we moved. And then in the end of that school year, there was like a little altercation because people came up to my brother during school. So yeah, so we were like, let's just switch to online. And then I just ended up staying online until my whole sophomore year. And my whole sophomore year, I kind of wasn't really doing my schoolwork because I don't know, my mentality was not like prioritizing school, which obviously isn't a good thing. But now I'm back on track. Everything's way better than how it is before. So yeah,
I know. I feel like it's a little hard, like having even to work at home.
Yeah,
so I could just imagine homeschool. I feel like I would not be able to like to do homeschool.
Yeah, and I'm a little bit of a procrastinator, like a
girl
little.
same. Yeah.
So yeah, that's about it.
Oh, how exciting.
I know.
So is it like your first time seeing like new classmates and stuff, or do you already know all these people?
Oh, first time. I was actually really nervous before like going to the school because I've never went to like a public school without like my siblings, because it's either
that's right.
Yeah,
okay.
I've always either been with like my brother and sister or just like with my brother, because obviously she's older. She like I ended up going to high school before me and my brother. But yeah, so I was kind of nervous like on the first day. I was like, "Ooh, how like what am I going to do? Where am I going to go?" But ended up I literally just put an AirPod in my ear, played music, and like just did my own thing, kept to myself. I did end up making a friend. So yeah, everyone there doesn't treat me like too like bad at all. Like it's actually a very safe and welcoming environment.
I know, because I feel like you're so young, but you have a huge like audience online. Do people come up to you at school for pictures and stuff?
No, not pictures. I feel like everyone actually like respects that, or not good. Even. Yeah, they don't make it in a weird way, but you could tell that they do like obviously know who I am. I do social media, but they're not weird about it at all. Like everyone's just doing their own thing. I feel like everyone's just in their own world, if anything. Like yeah, I do get some stares and all that, but I honestly I don't mind. I understand, like, you know.
Yeah, I know, because I'm like, I wonder how that must feel like do you ever get nervous like going into school and be like, I wonder if they're gonna like either hate me because I'm on social media, or like I feel like, especially coming from homeschool, I feel like it's so different.
Honestly, I was kind of excited. Even my mom was like, because this was kind of like seen as a consequence more than like me to be excited, but I was kind of but it's something new, and I haven't had something like new completely in a long time, so I was more excited more than anything. And I was like, and it's also like a very big thing for me not to be around people my age, so for me to like be around like kids my age and see like how things are, I was also very excited for that too.
I know. I feel like being in high school, I feel like it's very important to have like human interaction.
Yes.
Especially with like people with like the same mentality and all that. So I feel like I'm sure it feels very fresh to you, like very good.
It does. It really does.
That's good. I know. And we also saw that you posted that people were talking about the outfit that you wore for the first day of school.
Gosh. Honestly, I literally don't understand why it was such like a controversial thing, because like I forget. I literally totally forgot that people from go to school kind of like they just wake up and go. I'm more used to getting ready every day, and there is some girls that like get ready and like actually wear cute outfits too. So I think there was also some people on social media that weren't used to it, and because I don't think my outfits were extra or anything. I think they were just like more done up, if anything.
I thought it was so cute, and I feel like it was like the perfect first day of school outfit.
I know, I was all excited. I'm like, I planned it the night before and everything. Yeah. And then I posted, and everyone's like, you're wearing that to school? And I was like, wait, you're like, what's wrong with it? I was like, I thought it was perfect.
No, yeah, I thought it. And then, well, I haven't been to school in like probably a fucking decade. I don't even remember. But I remember people used to dress up like really cute.
No, and I used to do that too. Like the beginning of my freshman year, I would wear like a crop top with like flared jeans and all that. Like it was never like a thing where I just all of a sudden like I'm popping out with like you know. So I don't know.
Like that, I feel like that's weird, because I feel like it wasn't like if you were wearing like 6-inch heels to school or like anything like revealing or anything,
like booty shorts or something exotic. So I was like,
okay, I know that Josie actually started social media before you and stuff. Was Josie like your inspiration to be on social media?
Honestly, yeah. Now she's gonna get her ego's gonna be like right here.
It's crazy to hear it, because she never enjoyed me like filming.
She
just always, I looked up past vlogs recently. You were so angry. You were such an angry little girl.
I think I literally just went through like a phase in life where I just like was so insecure. And then I still have it in the back of my head, like as corny as it sounds, I remember looking at my sister's Instagram, like, and seeing like her followers and her posts and all that, and I was like, oh my god, one day I want to like have this too. Then I was like, but yeah, she definitely did inspire me. Like I think I got used to it, and then I came to the acceptance because during COVID I would like put heavy filters. I would not show my face. And the fact that the reason why I didn't like her showing my face is because I would use like heavy filters, and I was like, "Ooh, I don't want people to like actually know what I look like." I didn't want them to know what I look like. But me going into middle school was like me like, okay, so these people are gonna actually know what I look like, so I might as well just suck it up and like this is what I look like at the end of the day. So I'm gonna have to live with it, and I just started posting myself from there, and yeah.
I know, because COVID was 4 years ago. That was a long time ago. Is that when you actually started social media?
I wouldn't necessarily say like COVID or after that, because I kind of would just post to like just have there. But it still was doing pretty good, to be honest. Like it wasn't doing like bad numbers. But I think I really started in like, I think, my freshman year, like was like, I think that's when I was getting myself put together. Like I was learning how to dress. I was learning how to do my makeup. Like was my learning.
And Tessa, being that you're only 16 years old with like a huge following online, would you say that there's pros and cons about being on social media at such a young age?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, definitely. Like literally 100%. I feel like the only reason to that is because obviously the pros are like you're able to be introduced to like this new community of like influencers, and it's so cool meeting all these people, and also being able to have an easy income as well. But I feel like the downside of it is always going to, the people. There's always, they're going to switch up every second of the day or like every situation or whatever the cause is. And it's so, I had to accept it like 2 years ago, like when all my stuff was going on. And honestly, I feel like I wouldn't want to put anyone else through that, because I feel like I was strong enough to take it. So to put anyone else in that situation it felt like bullying, but like online, obviously, and it's kind of like, I know I could just flip my phone over and just like forget about it, but at the same time it's kind of just like, damn, like this is what people think of me, like it gets in your head to
100%.
it gets in your head, especially at a young age. But the pro to that is just like also being able to,
do you feel like you have like a lot of like opportunities on social media, like being on social media?
100%. I feel like that every time, especially like this is the opportunity right here. But I feel what is it called when you're like I'm trying to think of it, when things happen and you feel like you're mentally matured. Is that how you say it?
Yeah,
I feel like it mentally matured me. And a lot of people tend to take that as me trying to act older or appear older, but I feel like that's just me in a way, and I'm not trying to intentionally do it, but I feel like there's like, it's just me and nothing else.
Almost like, do you feel like you kind of had to grow up a little bit too fast because of like social media?
I would say partially has to do with a little bit. I raised my kids to be close. Her older brother and then her older sister, she always hung out with them, and then their friends would come, and so she just was always around.
I remember, oh my god, I remember my sister would always have her friends over, and my mom would like never let me go out of my room because she's like, no, you're not hanging out with them, and I would like sneak out of my room to hang out with her and her friends, and she would get mad at sometimes, but they actually like liked hanging out with me because I don't know if they thought it was funny because I was like younger or anything, but I just always like to surround myself around people. So I think it was that also being with them being older and me being around like them being older people.
I know. I feel like being the youngest sibling is so much fun because I'm the youngest girl in my family, and seeing my sisters grow up, I thought it was just so fun, and I was just so like mesmerized by like their life. I was just like, this is fun. So I feel like it must be so fun, especially being on social media and having like a stable income that young. I think that is insane to say, because I remember at 16, I think I was like working at like some place called like Clean and Green, but it was like when the like minimum wage was like $8, $10. So I can't even imagine making like thousands of dollars online. I'm like, that is crazy, but honestly, that's good.
Yeah, honestly, it was like very out of nowhere when I was starting to make money, but I was very stupid with it too. And, like very, very stupid with my money in the beginning. Like I feel like I still am a little bit, but I'm more financially responsible now.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, I was like, oh, this is new. Like I have money. Oh, it's just gonna come back. I just gotta post this promo, do this. Like that's the worst mindset you could ever have. Like I wish I just probably either supported and helped my family or invested in it, because I would make way more money than I did now. So it's kind of like, damn, I could have had that right now.
I know, but it's also so good that at a young age you are getting like this guidance. I'm sure your mom tells you, and also your sister.
No, yeah, they would tell me all the time, but my head is hard. Like I'm telling you, when people are like, oh, her mom lets her do this and that, I'm not gonna lie, this is the worst like thing ever, but I'm very hard-headed where I'm just like, I'm gonna do it. I don't like, I'm gonna do whatever I want, you know. I still get a little whooping for that, but you know, I get whoopings for that, but I feel like I want to do what I want, you know.
What do you splurge your money on? Is it like bags, like food?
In the beginning, it was like very designer stuff.
Yeah.
But now it's straight up food.
Oh, okay. I know.
It's DoorDash.
It's not McDonald's. It's TGI Fridays.
She's like seafood boils.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I realized the designer stuff was like so like it's not needed. Like for real. I'm not even gonna lie. We have all these designer bags, and then you look at like these boutiques that sell like off brands.
Oh, off brands,
Same exact thing. Why spend 100%, so much money?
Yes.
Literally, why spend so much money on these designer stuff when you could literally just get a dupe?
Yes, I'm like, go to the Cajones. It's the same type of material.
No, it is. I feel like people like, even if we buy designer nowadays, I'm not like discriminating it to be like, oh, like if you buy designer, like why are you doing that? Yeah. Because I know eventually we'll still probably buy it in the future or whatnot. But it's just like, it's not worth it, like at all.
I know. I feel like in the beginning stages of like an influencer, like we all see that the first thing they go do is buy designer and stuff, and then afterwards you're just like, shit, I could have had the 4K or like something.
Literally. To this day, I still think about my very first brand deal. It was like $500. I was like, damn, I should have just started saving from there.
Yes, yeah. I know, because I feel like all those designers, it can like add up for like a down payment for like a car or like a house or anything. So I feel like it's so good that at your age, like you have that guidance and you're just like, no, I'm gonna like be more careful with it. But you can still DoorDash some food. So you can still, I know. I feel like that's a little hard because it's like we kind of need the food.
I know. And I'm just like, it's very consistently, but now I learned to like not do it as much as I used to before too. So I kind of learned on both parts, like no designer, not ordering too much like food, because I would order like 3 meals a day on DoorDash.
No, see, I'm like, I have the Dash Pass. That's so bad. I should probably go cancel my membership.
I think we all have the Dash Pass.
Oh, what? You guys can just share the same account.
I don't know why either.
That is funny.
That's mine. I just like.
So we're all big bags, pretty much.
Yeah, literally.
That's what it is. So overall, like, how do you feel that your life is being showcased, like with your sisters, with your mom?
Honestly, I feel like I chose this. Like, I know what I got myself into, and like seeing her life and like seeing how she started off. Like, obviously, she was like in drama at her like. In like 2016, 19,
little era?
Yeah, her little era. So I know how social media kind of works now, and I know what I'm getting myself into. So whatever I put out there is basically the internet's business too. Unfortunately, no matter how much I hate to say it, it is their business too, and it's just.
And everybody's gonna have an opinion.
Yeah, and everyone's gonna have an opinion,
100%.
and it's just at the end of the day, I'm just going to live my life and do whatever I want to do.
Good.
And be myself, because, I mean, even if people don't like me or whether they do like me or not, it's just, I'm going to be still me at the end of the day. And yeah, that's it.
I know, because I feel like you have a really huge fan base, but like an active fan base.
Yeah.
Because I always say is the younger the audience is, the more active they are. But it can also like I feel like they show a lot of support and like a lot of love. But the downside of that is that when they are trying to either like cancel you or they get mad at anything that you post, it can be like really strong hate as well. I'm like, I just can't imagine being 16 and having to deal with that mentally, but it seems like you take it on pretty good.
No, yeah, 100%. I do take it. It's because now looking back at it and seeing, I remember my first time I was ever getting hate was actually, it was a video with Jocelyn. I'll always like have it engraved in my head because like I was like, I remember going into my room, I was like looking at the comments, I was like crying myself to sleep. But it was a video I did with my sister, and we were literally just standing next to each other. I had a bob. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't the prettiest at that time.
Yes, you were.
Oh no! So me and my sister were like standing next to each other. We were like dancing to a song, and then I was wearing this like black leathered pants with like this brown bodysuit, and the brown bodysuit was like, it was like squared in a way, and I was obviously little. I don't know how old I was. I was probably like 12, 13, and I was flat chested, like bunch. And you guys know my sister. She got big boobs, and she got it from my mom. I didn't get that gene. So obviously I was young. Maybe actually no, because she got hers at a young age. Okay, whatever. Regardless of the fact, I was sitting next to her. I'm flat chested. She's not. And she, she's all pretty and ready. I'm like, I haven't really hit puberty yet to look that attractive. And everyone in the comments are like, oh my God, just like commenting on like my body and everything.
And comparing.
And comparing us. And I was like,
that's kind of weird because you were so young in that video.
I know. I don't think they really knew, so I can't blame them. But at the same time, it's like, better not to really comment on someone else's body. Mm-hmm. But I think that was the first and last time I ever let myself get hate to my head that much, because I know with the social media, my cancel time in a way, I was getting a bunch of hate, and it was making me rethink about myself and how I am as a person. But I think I came to the realization of I'm not that. I know who I am. Right. And I know the people close to me know who I am. I have friends from elementary that I've been friends with for 10 years now, and they're still friends with me. So I'm and everyone eventually always comes back to me as a friend. Mm-hmm. So it kind of really shows me as a person. And I know I'm not the problem in a way, but I just know
that you're a good person.
Yeah, that I'm a good person.
Yeah, and then you're not how people make it out to be.
Yes, I'm literally.
And that's good. It's good that you don't let the internet identify you.
Yeah,
because it's just you guys don't live with me.
No, it's not just that. I tell her this all the time too, with everything that she goes through. It's you literally, we only have one life. And I'm not why would you want to live it in your room sad every single day? Mm-hmm. Why would you want to let
her seem like she's a depressed crybaby?
No, it's true, because she does go through a lot. She can deny it and be like, no, I'm good, Yeah. But we know that she goes through her own things. She's human at the end of the day. But at the same time, it's just we all have one life to live, and it's just. We could die tomorrow. Why would you want to live it in full control of other people's hands? Because I know she also gets hate for
people saying how she is as a mom. It's so funny because growing up, she was always don't pay attention to them. She was like, oh, they're jealous of you, mom. That's what she was.
And my mom is the strictest. The only time she wasn't strict was during my parents' divorce, because she was too. Not to put that out there because I know, but she was very depressed, and she wasn't really having a care in the world, which is normal. She just got out of a 20-year marriage. Anyone is going to be helpless at that time. She had kids with this man and everything. So I feel that's the only time she was kind of careless in a way, and let me do my own thing. And especially at a young age, I know I was going out and people were like, what is she doing? You know? But after everyone, everything started calming down, all the going out and partying and stuff was over for me. I was she cut that so quick. She literally cut it so quick. I'm literally not even, I have to ask for permission everywhere I go. I want to go to Starbucks, down the street, ask, no. And I remember we recently got into a huge argument because I didn't ask to go somewhere, or I said, oh, I'm gonna be right back, but I was going with my sister, and I didn't think it was a problem because I'm going with my sister. So I leave, I started getting my phone blown up, and then my mom's like, did you just leave without asking? I was like, but I'm with Jocelyn, I don't think it's a problem, And she was like, no, you still have to ask. I don't care where you're going, who you're with, you're asking, because what if I didn't want you to go or whatnot? And I was like, I'm just trying to go get food, do something. But yeah, she definitely had her moment where
I think, just to know, I didn't let her do things. I think I was just a little oblivious to stuff. I was just going through my stuff. So then I was just oh wait, where's Tessa? It's not,
yeah, about you.
Or thinking, and I've never been that type of. I've always took care of my kids on my own. I've never had no one take care of them. I think there was one time because to go to school. But I've not even to go to the grocery store or doctor's appointments. I always had my kids with me. So I think a little bit, since they were older, I kind of was her brother will watch her, her sister will watch her. Let me just stay in here so that they don't see their mom going through anything.
For the first time, you kind of put yourself first, with your emotions, and that's what it was. But,
I know.
Yeah.
And then I feel like it must feel so nice hearing your own daughters actually tell you like, no, mom, you're gonna be okay. Remember, you used to sit me down and tell me this, and I feel like that's so nice. But I do want to touch a base on all of that, because I think that it's nice like having your own kids tell you that. But I do want to pivot to Josie, since I know that you started social media, and that's kind of how like you guys all united as a family. And that's when Tessa started, and that's when Alesia started as well. How did you start social media, and what made you actually want to start social media?
I don't know. Okay, the way that I started, I've never like publicly said this because I thought it was always embarrassing, but I'm like, at this point I don't care, because it just goes to show like it can happen to anyone if you really take it like advantage of it. But I was like a fangirl. Like I loved watching YouTube videos. I loved going on like live streams. There was like this platform called YouNow, and I would go watch like Musically people like I just watched everyone, and I was like, this is so cool. And then I ended up getting up to 5,000 followers on my own, because I just made a bunch of internet friends. My mom hated it. She goes, you're talking to grown men. And I was like, no, I'm not, girl. Like, they're my real friends. And I ended up, like, taking interest in this one influencer, went to meet and greets, and then I ended up becoming friends with them. And they ended up liking me. And then one of my friends, now he's my friend, but we, like, dated at 15. And he posted this picture of me, tagged me, and I was not expecting it, because it was just like, you know, I was surprised he even took interest in me not being an influencer. So with that happening, I was just like, whoa. And then everybody just followed me from there. And then I was just like, well, yeah, the amount I gained in a day was insane. Like it was so crazy to me to see that it was like finally happening
social media now was not how it was back then. It was way it was
so much more calm. Like it was like post to you, everyone, they either like you and they're gonna let you know, or if they don't like you, it wasn't really that much hate, like as much as it is now.
I will admit though that if you were post and tagged, it was a guarantee that you will gain.
Like immediately. Now that's why
like when that's how shout out for shout out started, because it was
that's true. The SF the S4
literally. But it just went from there. Everyone followed me, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna take advantage of it. And then I just took interest of like all the other influencers I saw who followed who. And then my mom was just like, well, what are you gonna do for content? I was like, I don't know, model, fashion. I don't like, that was my first instinct. And then my first deal I think was OOTD Fash. Like I got sent clothes, and I was like, oh my god, I felt so cool. Like it was so surreal. And then it was just from there. I think I did start content in 8th grade before I gained. I had my first YouTube video because everyone called me Famous Josie in middle school. I don't know why. But that's just what they called me, and then I was just like, all in my yearbook, it just says Famous Josie, and I was like, wow.
It was before it all happened.
Yeah.
I was like,
but as soon as I seen her gain, I just was like, she could do this.
The Christian hopped out.
Yeah. and I literally, from head to toe, I know it's been said before, but I would do her hair. I would do her, pick her clothes.
Like for her pictures and stuff.
Girl, I was the one that chose those clothes.
They were like, choose item.
The OT clothes.
I had to choose
to this day, actually. So like, I'm like an assistant.
She's
manager.
Like 10 in 1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So do you manage like the brand deals and stuff?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh my god, that is so cool! I didn't know that.
She did, like I tried getting a deal on my own for like a festival, and I had to like type out the email, and I was like, "What am I doing? Like this is so hard."
There's all like typos and stuff.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit different than what I'm used to, because I told her, I was like, I'm used to doing brands. Like you want to do this concert thing, you figure it out, but
just like doing it on my own. Like when I talk to people, they're like, "Oh, how much do you charge?" I'm like, Mom, how much do I charge?
Like, Mom, how much do I charge?
But I realistically couldn't do it without her. Like I know she doesn't like being on camera, but like I know I have the personality, but like work ethic, I would not know what I'm doing, like at all. I would have just been.
I love how she's picked up on it though, because I will admit she's a 16-year-old girl, but I will go to her on, hey, do you think that what do you think of this? And there's people that she's in connection with where I'm like, hey, do they have deals like I can give your sister? Like she has picked up on that.
No, that's good.
And it's so funny because before this even all started, just by personality, I was like, if I ever owned a business, I think if I died, Tessa would definitely
be the
take
the
over.
Business person.
Oh,
yes,
really? I know, because I feel like it must be nice, like not having not like just one but two like superstars on social media.
Well, technically 3 because Nathaniel, my son.
Oh, your son. That's right. Oh, that is true. Technically 4, including you, honey. Because I feel like people do also love you and they look up to you, especially as a mom. And now that I know that you even manage them, and I'm not too sure how many people knew this, but I had no idea that you were actually like their managers as well.
That's why it probably looked like her mom's just tagging, her mom wants to be there, her mom wants to. No, what I'm doing is I'm networking. I'm like
she gets so much discrimination when we go to like events or like all these type of like things.
They hate
and
on
then
her
we get clipped, and then my mom's there with us, and they're like, what is their mom doing there? She's too
but
old
then
to
again,
be
if
there.
I wasn't, it'd be, why is her mom letting her go?
You
won't win.
Like, you don't win, but at the end of the day, she's our manager, and like, say someone important is there, and she's like, she talks to them, she like exchanges phone numbers or contacts.
And it starts off, to be honest with you, what I've learned is it starts off with friendship. Like you just meet,
100%,
you know?
And with the connection.
And then I noticed with me, like with the older crowd, and then her with the mid, and then she's with the younger. So it's just like it's all.
I feel like it's perfect, especially because you guys unite as a whole. I know, because when I wanted you girls on the podcast, I'm like, I know who to go. Like, I know who to go to.
Yeah.
And I went straight to you, and I'm just like, no, I think I know who I would like. Obviously ask and stuff, and I think it works out because I think that a lot of people probably don't even know that you're doing all this behind the scenes. So I think that they, it's good that you're getting them brand deals, and then you could even get yourself. Do you actually get yourself brand deals?
I did used to do that for myself. I haven't lately.
You should though. I feel like that'd be so fun.
That's what I'm saying. I seen it, like, that's why when I started social media, I was just like, it's cool just me, but it'd be better if like we all did it. Like, and that's why I would, even though she hated it, like I would talk her like, let's just film this, like me, you, Nate, let's do it like this. Like, it was sibling videos, and then I did family videos, and then it just went from there, because I was just like, we could realistically do it all together. We all knew what we could do, and we saw the potential like of helping each other. It was just like about making it happen. Yes,
because I feel like people love seeing families. Like, I wish because I actually have 2 brothers, and nobody has no idea I have 2 brothers.
Oh, really?
And I have obviously so it's 6 of us, and I'm always just like, I wish like my family, like, but they're just really camera shy. And obviously I'm gonna respect that, so I'm just like, fine, maybe in the next life.
They hated me. They were so
they hated you.
All my vlogs, like in my videos, my brother is like, oh, the camera's on me again, like, tell her something. Like, it was always like
there's
that.
like oh my god, there's so many TikToks. I was like recently like scrolling down on her page. I swear I will have like the nastiest RBF with her. Like, I would be so mad.
But it would do good. I was like, either she hates it.
It was my birthday.
To this day, I think she just posted a recent TikTok, and I said, put an emoji on my face. And
I wouldn't.
She
have,
was
but
so
she
mad.
She
did. It was yesterday.
Oh, that is so funny.
Yeah, I just like it's like a pick and choose with them, because it's like, I know what would do good, and sometimes, well, at the beginning they were really picky with filming, and I was like, oh my god, I was so like stressed.
Well, that's
like,
why she was the maker, the star of like of doing everything, because she always she was okay with putting herself out there. I was willing to put myself
out there. I didn't care, because I see it as like, I would rather me like be the one to kind of put myself on blast before other people do it. Like, think of something to say, because it's like, realistically, I don't want to be like fake on camera, kind of like put this persona, I'm so perfect, I'm so classy, I'm just a pretty girl, and then like I'm not like that in person. Like, I have a lot more like personality, so I'm just like, let me just put it all out there, like what could go wrong. And I think it's with the YouTubers that I watched growing up, like girl Louis, like over there, himself on camera, it just felt like that was more genuine than like beauty videos. Like, I still do beauty, but I just feel like for me, it's more forced, because I have to hold myself back to look presentable for
That's
like,
so true. Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
So it's just like, ugh, okay, but yeah.
I know, because I feel like people love when like they're like whoever they look up to on social media, like they're authentic, and they like that, because I just feel like it comes off very organic, and it comes off like, okay, like I can feel like they can be my friend or something.
Yeah, it's more relatable, and it gives them like, oh, I'm just like her, like, oh, like I be filming. It's bad, because I was always taught, like, before people come over, like, before you film, clean your room. Sometimes I'd be filming a whole YouTube video, I have a pile of clothes, I'm like, ugh, like, dude, that's so bad. But like, I see comments are like, oh my god, I thought it was just me who would just like, not like tend to everything. And I'm like, okay.
No, I know, because I recently posted a TikTok with my car being dirty as fuck, and I'm like, I am not ashamed to show you guys how my car actually looks like.
Like, it's like, you're human. That's what it is. It's like, you're not gonna maintain it every video. Oh fuck, I gotta film a video. Let me go do this real quick when you don't have time. It's like,
I know I've been seeing those like cleaning videos in their houses. Like, all the time. Y'all live like that on a daily.
I know.
I feel like there is like some people that actually do genuinely live like that, like on a daily though, because like of some like OCD or something that they have to have.
I'm all low key though, because when you guys film in the mirror, I go hold on, and then I have to clean the mirror.
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't even notice that, but okay. But I just feel like it's just more authentic, and then especially with like our audience, it's younger kids. They're like. They're like me, where I'm not put together. I don't want everyone to feel like they're forced. Like, I think with the influencer thing, I just didn't want it to be unrealistic. Yeah. Like, I just my life is not perfect. Like, I be going on live, and I used to be so stressed. Like, don't say nothing. Don't do this. Like, don't come in. And then I just learned, like, it's literally inevitable. It's better when they do come in. It's more spontaneous. It's just more real. So I just had to adjust to that.
And I also think, like, that's the whole point of being, like, an influencer is to show them and to influence, like, them. Like, our life is not, like, pitch perfect.
Exactly.
It really isn't. Like, a lot comes with it. And sometimes we even decide, like Tessa was saying, like, we decide to put that online. Because it's just, like, you just never know who's watching. Like, you never know who I can help, who you guys can help. Exactly. So I feel like that's nice that you guys just keep it very authentic. You know, no matter if you guys get all the hate that you guys do sometimes, but I feel like you guys also get so much support and so much love.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Yeah, I hated seeing, like not like certain influencers, and I hated the way that it made me feel. Like, my life isn't like this. Like, they're so pretty, they're so aesthetic, but my life
like comparing yourself to them.
And I was just like, I don't want to make other people feel like this. It's just like to an extent, picture wise I'll do aesthetics, but like when it comes to my videos, I'm like as real as I try to. Like, I try to be as real as I can, because it's just I can't do that. I don't know.
And Josie, being that you were on social media first, what advice did you give Tessa or even your mom when they actually started getting on social media as well?
I like, to this day, I still tell them, like, when I think I really I kind of let Tessa learn on her own at first.
Yeah, I was going to say, what advice?
Yeah, I let her
you're
learn
on your own.
Because, like, with me, as soon as I started my, like, little social media career, a week later, I was already canceled. I was in drama right away. Like, I was traumatized. I was 14 at the time, and I was just in Vegas sitting in the pool, so depressed. So that's why when it came to her, like, canceled era, I was just like, just get off your phone.
I personally just think it's a learning experience, because even if she did give me advice, I don't think
she didn't listen.
Yeah,
she was just like, no, it's
that's
like
what this. I mean when I'm hard-headed. Yeah. But even though I feel like that's when it comes to, like, you could compare that to, like, also relationships. Like, say if a girl gets cheated on and she stays in a relationship, it's just like she has to learn.
Yeah,
I feel like everyone has learning experiences that they just have to go through.
And that's why there was only so much I could do with her. It was her first time. Like, I knew it was going to happen eventually. Like, as soon as someone pops off, or they rebrand themselves and come back, like, there's something old coming back to get them. Yeah. So 100%. I just knew. And then her being young, but I think what, like, was the worst was that, and the internet's so much worse than what it was
than what it was back then. Yeah,
like, Musical.ly was so nice, and then TikTok, it's like all these, like,
I feel like it's TikTok.
Yeah, it's all these 50-year-old ladies. They're like, oh, I'm so invested in this drama, and I'm 50, and I'm like, girl, these are like 14-year-olds. What are you doing right now? But there were, like, I knew, and I was just like, just don't pay attention if you can. Don't say anything, because most likely when you speak, when you're angry, you're just digging yourself in a hole. Yeah. Like, you just have to let your emotions settle when there's drama going on with like social media.
I feel like I personally handled it good too. I don't think I did too much, like,
the first day was kind of bad.
Okay. No, I did react upon emotion. Like, I went live and I was just like ranting, and I was like saying a bunch of unnecessary stuff that I shouldn't have. But after, I didn't like
keep clapping back. Yeah, because when you keep doing that, it just makes you look like immature as a person and as an influencer. Because automatically, once you're an influencer, you just have to learn to take it. Like, you can't go and like block and
like satisfy everyone.
You can't go and do that to everybody that doesn't like you or talks about you. It's literally inevitable. There's millions of people following you. Like, I don't understand like that kind of concept, but that's why I told her, I was just like, there's gonna be people that like you no matter what. Like, you're in school, people don't like you. It's just you're gonna have to live with it. And then with my mom, she barely like She's into posting herself. And when I was first started getting hate comments, she was like, don't let it get to you, like, you're better than this. And then as soon as she, like, people were like, I think it just got to her because it was like commenting about how she was as a mom, and she felt like she did better than that, so it kind of hit her in the soft spot that they wanted to.
Yes, because I'm okay. I really don't mind. You can say I look old. You can say I am old. You could say that I'm ugly. You can say anything you want. But when it was you're a horrible mom. I was like, I wish you knew. Because even my divorced ex-husband says I'm the best mom that he could have chosen for his kids. So like if someone that despises you can say that, is like, okay.
I know. I feel like when they touch our motherhood, that's why I feel like it's very sensitive, because it's like, you don't know the sacrifices that I'm doing for my kids.
Yeah, and something I touched base on recently though. I think what set it off, it sucks, but the internet. They made a fake video of me. One of my TikToks put words that I did not.
I did see that. It was a fake account.
It was a fake account. People wanted to believe a negative narrative, and and I was just thrown under the bus, and I was just like, I would never say that, and I was just, and I even had influencers unfollowing me. I was like, wow, they believe that, and
where was
you were going through your stuff with the with everything.
Was it that one video that said like, oh, my daughter wants
if only you knew, you guys are making like how like my daughter feels right now, like,
okay, I was upset about the hate comments, but it never ever got to that point, because I know there's more to life than like just social media.
100%.
Like at the end of the day, it's temporary. I'm not depending on it, my life on it, because there's just more to it, and I'm not gonna willing to take my life over it just because of some hate comments.
So that's why when I was like, when that video came out, it popped up on my For You page. I was like, what the? Like, I automatically knew. I knew she would never post anything like that. But I was looking at the comments. I was like, why are people believing this? Like, they see one thing. That was another thing I did say. Like, they see one thing, they're going to go with it. They're going to go with it.
I've never, ever, ever spoke. I've never, anything that you've said, if there's this horrible story about me, I let them believe it. I don't go on, and I don't, like, how would you say? Like
address it?
Yes, I've never addressed anything. I've never done it, never will, because they can believe whatever they want.
Yeah, people are going to just do whatever they're going to do. And that's, like, why I, like, with stuff that I've been in with social media, it did concern me to a point where I was just like, oh, my God. Like, not that I'm going to lose all my friends, because at the end of the day, I know who I'm friends with, but it's just, like, it makes me concerned for like work connections, influencers. Yes. It's like, oh my God, do they see me a type of way because of this? Like, it gets to a point with like hate. It's like, are they choosing to believe it too? And that's where it does get scary, because it's like, okay, now it's interfering with work. Like, that's why I was just kind of concerned for our family, like during like when everyone was just choosing to hate on us. And then I noticed it was just a trend with people. Like, as soon as someone's in the spotlight, they don't like them. And then it just goes to the next person.
It's what I call it is a hate train. Yeah. And it's because they're in dire need of their clout off of something. So they just jump on.
It's literally so crazy, because there's some influencers that were on the hate train that now like started following us again. And
every single one that was on that hate train, every single one of them has apologized and come back.
It's
just frustrating. Like, it's like, there's only so much you could do. It just like sucks that they couldn't at least be there or mature at the time to be like, I'm going to see both sides. Like, I've hung out with them. I've met them. Let's just see. Like, that's crazy that this is going on. Check in. That's that. But it was just the opposite with certain things. And it was just frustrating, because I was
it's like, so scary. Like, clout literally is a drug. Like,
it really is. Because for them to, every single one of them to have come back, at the end, you know that we're good people. Yeah. And that's when I'm just like, thank you.
That's why, that's all I needed. Why it's good not
stay over there, though.
To not act on emotion during that whole thing. I learned the hard way, because I did. It's like,
and whenever I see anybody going through anything, I don't even care whose side is what. Yeah, like, that's none of my business.
Yeah, I just mind my business.
If I like you, I like you.
I know there was recent drama, and I was like, when I saw the album and Bad Baby drama, and everyone was like on my live being like, oh, who are you choosing? It would literally give me like PTSD, like, oh, Team Tessa, Team Meche, like, you know. And I would be like, honestly, Team nobody for that, because I don't know if what she did is true. I don't know what's going on behind the phone. So I'm not going to be quick to judge, because honestly, I was looked in a certain way, which I wasn't. Things were said about me weren't true. So I'm like, I'm gonna mind my business. Yeah. It's the song's good, but the song's good. Both songs are good, but I'm gonna mind my business on that behalf.
Yeah, I feel like it's like the same thing with like Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, they're just pitting two women against each other, and like, I feel like, you can obviously acknowledge that, like, okay, I've been a fan of like Selena Gomez, but I've never really like been a fan of Hailey without leaving her hate and without disgrading her as a woman or anything.
Yeah, I think what I noticed, I've talked about this on live, and I know it makes some people kind of angry, but it's what I noticed growing up, because I at first I thought it was just like my family thing. I was like, oh, my family, they're just envious. And now what I see with like Latino like creators, it's automatically just nothing but hate. There's hardly any support, and I noticed that's just like, it sucks. And that's what's so draining, because I know our like fan base with us is like a Latino community, but it's just, I hate saying this because I don't want to get canceled, but I know like a lot of people agreed with me when I did talk about this on live, because I was frustrated about it, because I was just like, my life growing up with my family, it was just so draining to go, oh, they're talking about other people, they're being so envious, like, why don't they like her, why are they being so rude, like they're talking crap, and that's what social media is, and I'm like, it's literally just that, and it's just like, that's not what our content is, like any other creator too. It's just like, why?
I don't know if it's because like everyone grew up watching like novelas and stuff, like if that's like what we're going with.
Like Rosa de Guadalupe, they like the drama.
That's why I'm just like, it's so like, it's draining.
Like if you think about it, everything that's like, everyone that's popping on social media right now is just like they're associated with some type of drama. That's keeping them relevant.
That's the only, and that's what sucks. Like, that's the only thing too. I feel like it keeps people relevant. As soon as they're in something, boom, views up. Like,
views up, followers up, likes up.
But they do try, because they tried me by comparing me to that other lady.
Oh, Ash Trevino.
I was like, block. You're not doing that.
They joined my live and they were like, "You look like her." I said,
and I was like,
oh my
god.
Yeah, they do that. They literally, like, I'll be live and then they'll say, oh, like they did this one time, they're like, oh, Wendy's talking about you on live, and I was just like, I read it in my head, but I was just like, they want to start problems.
She's not really talking about you.
No, they were like, she's not even live, and I was like, you bitches, like, what? I wasn't gonna say anything, but it's just like, you, like, they just are so entertained by drama and people being against each other. It's like,
it's like the clickbait too, like where you can be talking about something else. You're like, oh, she spoke about this influencer, and it's not even like
that
nearly.
That frustrates me to the point, because there is that, like we were saying earlier, people believe anything and everything.
That happened to me, and I was getting ready for Wendy and Evelyn's birthday party, and I was just like, I just yap back to every single comment. Like, I'll hate comments, nice comments, I reply to everyone. And they took a screen recording of my live. Oh my god, I was like so traumatized. And then they post it with music over it, so you can't hear my voice. It's just like the song over it, and it says Josie wants to fight Meche, and I'm like, girl. And then I was like, what the hell? And I see her at the party. I'm like, I hope she doesn't think that. Like, first of all, she's a little girl to me. She's like Tessa's friend.
She's Tessa's age,
younger,
right?
Yeah. So I'm just like, okay. But it just like traumatized me, because I'm like, here you go, like starting stuff again because they're bored. And then everyone in the comments was just like, she did not say that. Like, she was not talking about that.
I know,
like,
the first time people stuck up for you.
Yeah, I was just like, finally, like the first time. But yeah, it's so draining when they do that, and they're always like comparing. Like, I'll go live and they're like, Tessa's better, Tessa's the prettier sister.
Oh yeah.
Tessa's live, they do it that. And then when I'm live with my mom, they're like, the daughters are chopped, the mom's bad. And I'm like,
what?
Like, why do they do this?
Because I would never.
It's just like,
I don't know. That would never go through my head. Like what,
to think that,
what makes you like, what makes you think that?
And
especially for us to like, do you expect us to be like, oh yeah, I am better.
You know what? I am the prettier sister.
Like, what?
Like, it's just like, I feel like people are just so used to being behind a screen, and that like also comes with the entitlement. They're like, well, you're putting this out there anyways, it's our business. And it's like, that's why I said to an extent, like, yeah, like, what do you expect? But it's like, don't expect, oh well, she usually tells us, so why didn't she tell us this? Like, it's annoying.
Oh my god. Like, it's like, speaking of like behind the screen and how people talk, there was only one encounterment. It was at the mall, and like there was people coming up to me and asking for a picture, and then there was two girls walking past, and they noticed who I was too, but I don't know, they wanted to be different or something, and be like, isn't that the passport girl? And I didn't hear her.
I did, and
she heard her, but I didn't hear her, and I was like taking pictures with them, and she was like, she stood there. I think she was waiting for like a reaction.
She wanted someone to say something, and I looked at her and I was like, I'm looking at you looking at Tessa take pictures right now. Like, what did you like? What are you doing?
And then I was like, and then I'm done taking pictures, and I go up to Jocelyn, and everyone looks mad. I'm like, wait, what? What happened? And then they're like, yeah, these girls that said that. I was like, those girls just said that to me while I was over here taking pictures with people. I'm like, look at the two different lifestyles that we're living right now.
It's the two different mindsets.
Yeah, they want to be negative like that.
It's just like,
and then they probably talked about it.
Honestly, I didn't even get mad. I was just like, I'm no comment.
Yeah, literally, there's nothing to say, because it's like,
yeah, because I just feel you can't relate. Like, you can't really, like, if anything, we don't want to be in their shoes.
Yeah.
Like,
honestly,
the way they
if
think.
I wouldn't want to switch life positions with you, then it shouldn't be
right.
comparable at all.
I block them all.
Yeah, I got to.
I swear, I block everybody.
I have so many.
My mom and her are like the worst. I don't really check. I check my comments, but like if I get hate comments, I just ignore it. Because honestly, at the end of the day, they're helping me get views, helping me get paid.
I did realize that recently. I did.
Yeah,
me no.
I got to the point where like, bye.
But then they block anybody and everybody. Hate comment, oop, blocked.
Because I just see it as you don't like me. What is the point of having you on my account? Like you're gonna come back and what? But there has been this person, this specific person. They're getting my views up. They keep going back to the video and commenting, and I keep deleting it, and they keep coming back to re-comment, and I'm like, girl, you're giving me views, but. Yeah, this is why I'd never we would watch those digital footprint videos in class and they're like online bullying. I was like, block them. Like, I don't understand like why people don't think that. And then I use the button and everyone's just like, you're so scared, you're blocking everyone. And it's like
it's her phone.
It's my
phone. You're like, I'm just protecting my peace.
Yeah, like I don't want to see that or deal with it. Like,
you gotta be careful on my account though, because
you'll say anything.
If I don't put anything funny on my TikTok and you put a laughing face, blocked.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
I'm not lying either. I will block you.
You block someone.
And yeah, there was even someone I blocked and they said, why did you block me? Block, do another one. And then someone said, Josie blocked me, tell her to unblock me. I blocked her because I was like, she must have said something bad about my daughter, so blocked too.
Dude, she needs to change that habit because sometimes it's unintentional.
I feel nice randomly and I go and unblock random ones. It's like a lottery. I'm like,
a lottery?
Who's back? But
who's lucky enough to get unblocked from my account?
Yeah.
That is funny. And I know that you also have shared your public relationship. How is that?
At first, when
you're all laughing about it
because I know, like, the beginning of the relationship was so bad, and
were you like on social media?
No. Oh my god, I made it sound so bad right now. It wasn't bad, but like posting it was bad. Okay. Because okay, so obviously with me starting doing social media, technically how I was founded and like how I started was with my ex-boyfriend, and I didn't want to have like reoccurring. I didn't like the way that felt, like talking to someone and then like you type their name and it's like Josie, Alesia, and someone. Like I didn't want to like I didn't
be tied to someone.
Yeah, I didn't like that. And then especially like not in a bad way, but he didn't do social media. I didn't know how it was gonna work. I didn't want to post it right away. So like 2 months in, I started doing like the subliminals, like the hand, like the table, and like at dinner. And I just was just like I think I realized during like our whole family cancellation, I was just like, he's being there so much for me. He's not judging me. He's not judging my family. And like he came at a very bad time, like a very, very bad time in my life where I like me being so used to seeing my parents together and being in love and then them not being together anymore. I'm like stressed out. My sister's getting canceled and I feel like it's my fault because I put her online. Like he was just so helpful and it just like made me feel like, okay, he's not gonna go anywhere and he's not gonna judge me. I was not a trauma bond. He was just there. He's very nonchalant, but it just showed to me. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna post him. He's not gonna go nowhere. And
she tied him down by
he's
posting.
Not going nowhere. But yeah, he doesn't do social media. So I felt like before it was a thing because I know a lot of people that do like that are influencers. They know they couldn't date someone that's not an influencer. But for me, I feel like I think it's a good break since my whole life's online. Like it's like a good thing. And he even he proposed and everyone's like, where's the reveal? Where's the video? Like, post it. And I'm like, this is the one thing I could have to myself. Yeah. Like, it genuinely felt so good. And it felt genuine. He's awkward. I'm awkward. And it wasn't in front of anyone. It was in my room. And I was just like, it just felt like us, like our relationship. She makes fun of us because we're awkward. But I'm like, but yeah.
Weirdly awkward.
I think the only thing that frustrates me with my relationship is just other people's input. I don't like when people talk about, like, my people, like my mom, my friends. Like, I don't care what people say about me. But as soon as it's like my family, I get so annoyed, so defensive, and it was just like kind of irritating me, like all this like stuff about him that people were saying. I was just like, you don't know him the way I do. But I got used to it. But like posting wise, like I did get to know my boyfriend. And it was like when we first started dating, we were getting comfortable with each other, getting comfortable with our routines.
She was a little toxic in the beginning, though.
He was too. I would be in the club and he'd put his phone on D&D. I
watched the video of her and her boyfriend. I was like, oh my god, she sounds crazy right now. I was like, let me click off.
It was at the time when she had first like let him start spending the night. So I was getting used to him staying. And then like when he would come to leave, I'd be like, you're not leaving me. Like I felt like betrayed that he was leaving me. And but we just just got used to the routine. Like I got used to it, and I was also on like a different type of birth control that was like
making like your hormones were just
everywhere. I was so
she
hormonal.
Was
I was just so depressed. I literally got to the point like my mom was getting like worried a little bit because she was just like, you better not be skipping work events for this boy. And I'm like, it's not him. He tells me to go out. He tells me to make friends. He's telling me like I need a life basically, because I'm just like, I was so attached to him. I think that was my crash out during the divorce and everything. But I got to a point where I was just like, I need to stop. He has his own life. I don't want to be like that, like where we can't live without each other, because that's my whole life and I'm gonna stop for a boy. Like, no, I love him and I respect him, but this is what I was doing before. And I know a lot of people disagree with me because they're like, you go out to the clubs, you drink without your boyfriend. Like, what if he were to do that? And I'm like, well, if he were to do that randomly, then it would be kind of disrespectful because that's not what he did before we started dating. Like, in our talking stage, I was like, oh, I'm going to the club. He was like, oh, have fun. I'm going to have like a boys' night. We're going to watch the fight. And I'm like, okay. And that's just how it's been since. And we just adjusted. He's still...
I feel like the people that say that, though, like, oh, you're going to let him go to the club, like, that's just like a projection moment, because I feel like certain people, like when she goes to the club, it's like work. I don't think it's like ever hosting.
It's like it's when everyone's hosting clubs.
It's never just like, oh, let's go to the club on a Saturday night with my girls. We're gonna try to like find some.
And if I do it randomly, it's with my mom. Now that I'm 21, like I'm like I can go out now, but yeah, I just feel like a lot of people are just like, how does he let you do that? And then like even with my OnlyFans, like I'm not like explicit on there or anything. Like I just, Oh,
I had no idea you were on OnlyFans.
Okay, period. But yeah, I do it, and it was a discussion with me and him, and I was just like, I'm gonna respect you. I'm gonna respect your boundaries, but I still have to work. This is work, and this is what I was doing before you. I want you to understand that, and if it's not something we're gonna agree on, then this isn't gonna work. And like I think we were finally able to communicate with each other, like about what we liked, what we didn't like. And I think we got it now.
I know, because I think that if you guys are like doing well, obviously off camera, like there has to be a reason why he proposed to you. Like you guys are probably doing like super good.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of people were just like, they're not gonna last, they're not gonna do this, and I'm just like, one, it's so rude of you to like say something like that. Like, okay, let's see how you go with your person, but. That's why, like, I'm also, when we get in arguments, I used to go off of my emotion. I stopped posting quotes when we would argue. I couldn't do it. Yeah. Just because it's like, you think you're going to break up in the moment or whatever. You're just really frustrated that it's just like, then you get back with them and then everyone thinks you're like, you dumb bitch. Like, you're over here back with him.
She doesn't care though, because like whenever they do go through something or anything, she posts it. She'll like, I don't know if you.
She's like, I'm gonna tell the world.
I got drunk and he wasn't answering me just because I'm a lot when I'm drunk. I talk a lot. She says this. Like, I'm just, and it was like 4 a.m. He's like, I'm trying to go to sleep. And I'm like, but I love you. Telling him all this. And then he just like, I was being a brat that night. I hung up. And then acted like I didn't. And I was like, why did you hang up? Like, I was starting problems that night. It was me. But, I posted me, like, I called him 50 times. And I blew up his phone. But everyone was just like, you're so insecure. They were like, you're so insecure. And I was like, girl, honestly, I was blackout drunk. I don't even remember doing it. Like, it wasn't like, oh my God, is he with another girl? It wasn't like that. I tease him because it's like.
She literally just has too much free time on her hands. She's like, oh, he's not gonna answer? Let me just keep doing it until he ansers.
And then when he answers, she hangs up.
Yeah.
And then she'll do it again.
And then she turns off her phone.
No, I've learned though, because I just like, he had to tell me because I was so used to like toxicity. Like, I don't know why it was so normalized being like and that's also.
With like your past relationships?
Yeah, okay. And I feel like I'm not saying it, like I just talked to a lot of toxic people that they just thought it was cute. It was fun to argue. Like they got like a little burst of joy with it. And I was just
I feel like that's like a Latina fetish though. Like
draining.
the toxic.
And I feel like that's why.
Like we all go through that phase.
Yeah, and that's why I think like. I had it. Everyone's just like, oh, because I like my K-pop, obviously. My boyfriend's Vietnamese, or my fiance, he's Vietnamese. And everyone just thinks like, oh, she likes that BTS. She got an Asian finally. And it's like, girl, no, I'm traumatized by Mexican men. Like, I am. I genuinely am. Seeing my brother with his girlfriend, he's a rude little boy, and then like
we always have her back.
Yeah, because he be tripped. Like I just couldn't no more, and I just was like, every Mexican man I talk to is just the same for some reason. I'm not putting them all in a group, but from my experience. I don't know what about them is just so traumatizing to me. It's just like, even like, not even like real relationships, just like talking stages. It's like, you're not even my man and you're being controlling. Like, who are you? And I just was like, yeah, and no, I can't do this.
Do you love that your boyfriend isn't on social media? Like, do you, like, would you want it public? You know how, like, there's influencer couples?
Yeah, I had told him, I was just like, I don't mind doing it. It would benefit you. He's a barber. He can get influencer clients, if anything. Like, I don't mind. I just, me personally, I don't like the cringy stuff. Like, he likes planning.
Oh, I see.
And I'm just like, it's not like, I just like to do it in the like moment because like a real reaction is better. But I wouldn't mind. I do a couple TikToks with him occasionally, like a like a trend, like us kissing or whatever.
I feel like I'm not even trying to be like that. I honestly feel like that's better than actually like consistently like post your partner, because then I feel like then that's like tiring in a way.
Yeah, they get tired of you.
Unless you're like in a deep relationship where it's like a content channel and everyone likes
like where it's known that it's like you guys are a couple, but like me doing solo for so long and then me randomly popping out doing content.
Like if they started together and like went up with each other, then it's a different story. But I've always told her, like, I'm glad that you kind of do your own thing at the same time and still post him occasionally, because it's just like, it shows that you have more than, like, not in a bad way, you have more than just him.
Yeah, and her brand is herself.
Yeah, like I'm not, that was my main thing. Like this is my first, like I've had like boyfriends and I've talked to like people, and that's why another reason people are like not a fan of our relationship, I feel like, because they're like, oh, you went too fast, you're already engaged. But it's just like, I'm not saying I talked to a lot of people and I moved fast with like boys growing up, but I feel like I was always like what you said, mentally mature. Oh, and when it came to boys, I was just like, I knew what I wanted already. I was just tired of it. And I got to the point where I was just like, I'm dating to marry. I'm done wasting my time. I'm done letting people get to know my body, like my mind, everything. I'm tired of it. I'm drained. So that's why I literally had this talk with him. I was just like, are we going to date like seriously to eventually marry, or are we both just killing time? Because I don't want to do that. Yeah. He was just like, no, I could see myself marrying you. And I was like, are you being corny right now? Or are you being serious? And he was just like, no, I'm being serious. And then from there, we like kind of like talked about our future. And then he proposed, and that was it. But I just never wanted to be that girl. It was just like, now my boyfriend guys are like, yeah. Because it just, I couldn't.
Not her whole personality.
Yeah, I can't.
I know. And how did you feel when she first got engaged?
I told her, let's go to Vegas.
She wanted to see if we were serious.
Yeah, I wanted to. I pretty much I wanted to see.
It was before when he asked for your blessing. He did. He was like, "Would you let me propose to her? Like, do I have your permission?"
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and she was
but
like,
as long as there's a prenup, go for it.
That's crazy.
That's the momager in
her. Yeah, that's the momager.
Yeah, I was surprised she said that. I was like, "You're down?" And then I looked at him, and he was just like, "Okay." And then she goes, "Oh my god."
Yeah,
I was like,
that's good. Like if you actually accepted it.
I do feel like since he is he has, I mean, since you, like you said, you were used to being with the other type, like, Mexicans. I don't know what to say, not say that's wrong or not. Yeah. But I was like, I like have noticed like
the cultural
with religion, all that stuff, like it's different.
Are way different.
But I have noticed he balances, so he balances her, so
I could not like with,
because she's like 10 and he's like.
When I was
2,
when I was
so
with,
like he's like makes them go like that, you know?
Like our energy, like
he's
very calm and
the golden retriever.
Yes.
You're like the black cat.
And I feel like I'm not saying it like I'm glad I don't run the relationship. It's very equal, but I do like that I kind of have more of a say with certain things, because when I was with like one of my exes that was Mexican, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna go on a trip, it's all for work, I'm getting paid, like I'm getting my flights paid for. It was immediate turn off, and he was so mad at me, and he was taking it out on me, and I was just like, I'm not doing anything but working. You're an influencer too. I don't understand why this is like, why can't we work together? Like I
he wanted to be invited.
Like he wanted, like it was like a thing where it was like he was upset that he wasn't the star, like all the attention wasn't on him, and like no shame to that, but like with my dad, it was a trend with their ego, and I was just like,
so now you have yourself a Benny Blanco.
A Benny Blanco.
Yeah, he's like a little bear. That's what he reminds me of. Like he's like
a baby bear.
Yeah, a baby bear. Yeah, literally. But it's good. It's been good. Hopefully. Don't make fun of Tang. I'm gonna tell him you said that.
I'll tell him.
And Josie, I know that you have been super open about like your appearance and like your look. Like, do you feel, especially being like an older sister, do you feel like you have to keep up with like the trends and like the appearances that, I don't want to necessarily say all the influencers, but what people, like the unrealistic looks that people put out there on social media?
Yeah, I feel like when I first started gaining weight, I like, because growing up I was skinny. I was always so little. So I was like, oh, I want that BBL look. Like when I followed you in the laundry, I was like, I want to look like them. Okay. Like, you know, I wanted that, like the BBL look. I wanted a butt. I had boobs growing up, but I was just like, fuck, I want to put them in my butt. And I think when I was doing social media, it was like lip filler. All the girls were getting lip filler. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, okay, now I did not realize how normalized it is. But like for young girls, like you're freshly 18, they're getting BBLs. And I just did not know that was a thing. And my mom was just like, well, when I gained weight and I was like uncomfortable with my weight, I was just like, I'm not happy with myself. Like I was doing everything I could to lose weight. I couldn't lose weight. And she was just like, well, so you could keep your butt and like end up like, you know, clearing up your stomach and getting your figure back. Why don't you think like get a BBL? And I was like thinking about it. Like I was like debating it. The main reason why I didn't do it, I'm too scared. Like I'm way too
Even
scared.
though she's the first one to bring it up, because she would tell my mom, she'd be like, should I do it? And then she's like, well, if you want a BBL, then if you want it, then you do it.
I think since we have gone through so much in these past couple of years, I just want my kids to be happy. And then I want a fast fix for it. And I'm just like, is this something you'd want to do? Because I want you to be happy. You know,
it as an option too, because like a lot of these influencers, they're like, oh, getting a BBL, like it's a normal, like it's like normalized, like it's lip filler, like it was so normal. And I was just like, dude, this is a full blown procedure. Like I never thought about doing it. Like growing up, I think I never thought about doing anything to my body until obviously when all the other influencer girls were doing lip filler. I was like, I want it too, you know. But I felt like it could be done, like undone easily. Like BBLs, I feel like that's like really extreme, especially to your body. Like clearly my body's still growing. I was 18, skinny as hell. 19, skinny as hell. As soon as I hit 20, boom. I don't know what happened to me, that damn birth control. But I also saw it as like, I'm also not a teenager anymore. Like I'm having like, you know, I'm like having another growth spurt basically. Like I'm just growing into my grown woman body. But yeah, I feel like at times I was like, oh my God, why can't I look like this? But then again, you have to think all these girls are also editing their bodies. Like I do too, to an extent. When I wasn't happy, I was like, fuck, let me like shrink my waist a little bit. Like it is like sucks to like kind of like live up to that and kind of match it a little bit, but
like that's to keep up with, like especially because I feel like there's always a new trending look to keep up with,
literally. And that's why I told her, I was just like, you look perfect. She doesn't like her nose. I'm like, girl, you look perfect. Your face is unique.
Your like, face card is lethal, honey. Like literally. Your face card is tea.
I'm like, you're just trying to make me feel better.
No, like she looks good, and that's why I was just like, I don't know.
Talking to the older girls though, they all said that they're taking their boobs out, you know, they're just like, oh, I wish I had your body. It's the normal petite little body. And I'm like,
I feel like the older you get, the more like your mindset changes. Because I actually mentioned that in one of the podcasts. I want to remove my implants.
Oh, okay.
And I just think that it just, I don't know, for like having implants it makes me feel so insecure. It's so weird. It's like the weirdest thing. Really? Like now I'm just like, oh, I love that like smachichi look and like I know it's gonna sound crazy, but I love like the normal look. Yeah. But I think it comes with you getting older. Yeah. Like the older you get, the more you know your mindset changes, and you're just like.
My stylist was telling me the same exact thing. Like literally after my modeling photo shoot, she was like, "Your body is perfect. Yes. Don't get anything done with your body." She's like, if you want to get any procedure done, like insecurity wise, like if you want to do your nose job, like I know you want it that bad. Like, if you want it, that's the only thing you should get done then. Yeah. But your body, don't touch it at all. I was like...
And that was... Yeah, and especially with how fast my body changed, like, quick like that. I was like, what if I get this procedure and then it's like, boom, like, it's even worse. Like, I'm not even... Like, I don't have kids yet. I was just thinking of everything ahead of time. Because I was like, I know I'll be happy, like, temporarily, but, like, what happens when I need to go get a second BBL? Like, once the fat's gone? Like, I was just, like... I was stressed. And that's why I was always open with my body changing. I was kind of, like... nervous when I started gaining weight. I didn't feel comfortable posting because I was never like, I don't want to say that big because I technically wasn't like big, like, as you know, but like for my height and my weight, I was overweight, like technically overweight, and I was like, oh my God, like I was freaking out. Like I did not know what to do, and I just was like, well, there's other girls that look like me, maybe I could help them feel better, and they could tell me so I could feel better too. And that's why I've just been very like open about it, because even her, I don't want her to get to a point like if her body changes when she gets older randomly and then she's like, oh my God, I hate myself. Like, it's just gonna happen eventually. Like, you're older. Like, me, I don't know. I'm really frustrated with my body right now. It's like on and off, because like growing up, I started growing my boobs in 6th grade. They would tell me, like, I saw a girl get mad that I said I got bullied for it, but they literally would, like, try to insult me by saying I got a boob job. Like, they were serious about it. They said, your mom let you get a boob job? What kind of mom is she? Like, why do you think you're all that with your boobs?
Yeah,
like,
so it's always been like that.
Yeah, they've always told me stuff, and I was just like, dude, I'm, like, 12. Like, what do you think I can do? And I think with them, like, getting bigger as I gained weight, it was just, like, more of a thing, because I feel like as a little girl, I felt like I was being too much, and I wasn't even doing anything. I couldn't control my body. And then now it feels like I'm purposely doing too much, because like I'm bigger in size, like in a lot of places. So it's just like, I feel like a whore without trying to be a whore. Like it was stressful, but that's why I tell her, like, dress the way you can, take advantage of it before it's gone. But
no, seriously. And it's very, like, it's a very controversial thing, because I remember a family member told me, mind you, Tessa's in the picture too. It was a picture. You let Josie wear that bathing suit, this is and that. And I'm like, Tessa's right next to her. Why aren't you saying anything about her? Yeah. Just because she's overdeveloped, like, that's not her fault. She's a little girl still. Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, like, it was like, I like with my body, like a lot of family members were like, she's growing up fast, she's being too fast. And I'm like, I'm the last family member to end up pregnant. Like, my cousin that's my age, she's pregnant, or like she had a kid. And I'm like, girl, like, it's not a bad thing.
You're 21, like, you're not like 12 anymore.
That's what I'm saying. And a lot of people are like, you looked better before. I was 13 when I looked like that. Like, of course I'm not gonna look like that anymore. But I did like obviously see to a point where I was like not happy with myself, and I was just like, okay, let me do something about it now before I just keep waking up and being upset with myself, and like it's interfering with my work. I didn't want to dress a certain type of way. She would try to get me outfits. I was like, no, I'm not wearing that. And so she was like, I can't work with you. And I was like, look, I'm screwed.
Yeah,
and
I completely stopped. But it actually, me stopping, I didn't quit on her, but it just got too difficult. Like,
I had a lot of boundaries with my clothes.
Yes,
I was like, if it's
cover
long sleeve,
I want to cover my arms. It has to be something that, like, it was just a whole 9. And then down to the feet. Yeah,
she really,
girl, yes, because she was like, I don't like open-toed shoes. I was just like, you know what, I give up. You dress yourself, and that actually made it ended up doing good, because she's been a little bit more independent in that department, and to the point where she looked really, really cute one function, and her friend even said, your mom did good, and she's like, no, I did it. And I was like,
but yeah, I think I like growing up, like being her size, and then seeing like the BBL baddies, and like it definitely just put like my mind on a tool. And then now like I got that body, it was just like, fuck, like, dude, that is not what I wanted. This is not it. Because obviously you're gonna like a lot of girls are asking me like, oh, how'd you gain weight? I want to get on the birth control you're on. I'm like, it's not gonna be the same for everybody. And you're also, if you're gonna gain, you want a butt or you want to gain weight, you're gonna gain it in places you don't want it. It's literally, you can't do anything about it. And that's why I just like, my goal is to be as open as possible, like with my body, because it's like a lot of people aren't like honest about their body, like honest about how it makes them feel. And it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like it made me feel better being open, because I was just like, I'm not alone. I'm not the only one that feels this type of way about myself, and it's not that bad. And like, she was still like telling me I was beautiful, and I was like, girl, you're my mom. You have to say that. But it did, like, I don't know. I just I don't want to see them get to that point. 'Cause she was even getting insecure about her body too, with like people commenting on it. Her too.
Me, I feel like I'm just too scrawny.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to gain more. Like, she would get irritated when because she used that as an example right now, that I asked her, I was like, oh, what birth control did you like get on? Because I want to gain weight too. And she was like, you're not even gonna gain, and like da-da-da-da. I was like, okay, my bad. You know what? I'll just wait for my body to develop. I'll probably gain weight later on.
It's been a hard thing to deal with, because I'm just like, I was just so frustrated with myself. It was literally one day randomly, I was like 20 pounds bigger, and I was like, oh damn, I have a butt now, like, cool. But like, I thought it was cool when I got BBL allegations. I was at a function and they were like, yeah, the girl with the BBL. And I was like, don't play with me right now. Like, I was so excited, but it just came to a point where I was like, okay, it's not that cool anymore. Like,
yeah, I think it's nice that you are actually being open about it.
Yeah.
Because well, even one of my high school best friends, well, my childhood best friends, she was going through the same thing on birth control. And then I would tell her the same thing. I'm just like just, own it. Like, just love your body. Like, especially us women, I feel like we go through so much, like with kids and all of that, with stretch marks and birth control. Yes. And we just, it almost feels like we're not really in control of our own bodies unless we get some sort of procedure done. Yeah. And I feel like I'm a good example of where I'm like, I want to undo all of my procedures. So I think it's nice that you are very open to it and you are very courageous about it, because a lot of people can relate to it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like if I get to the point, I feel like the closest I could be unhappy is like if I were to have kids. I don't know how my body's gonna end up, and if I want to fix anything to my body, that's mommy makeover time. Like, that's perfect. But yeah, like I recently just started doing like I think it's like an off-brand Ozempic. Like,
okay.
Birth control made me like, it still would make me hungry, and everyone was like, why don't you just go to the gym? Why don't you just eat less? And I'm like, girl, I'm doing that. Like, it's like there's only so much I can do and so much my body can really like lose. And then I just gave up and I was like, this is my last straw. Like, this is what I'm gonna try it, because I was always scared. There was a girl who was like, why don't you just get on Ozempic, try it? And I was like, no, like I wanted to do it on my own. Yeah. And then I was also scared to like self-inject. Like, I didn't know how to do that. And then I go thinking it was going to be a one-time thing. They give me a packet to take home of needles. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Thanks to a place called Glam Lab in Riverside. They gave her the opportunity to try something, and it's actually working.
Yeah, I've lost like almost 20 pounds. I'm almost at my goal right now. But that's why I was like open about it, because I know a lot of people, they'll like, go and do it and edit their pictures and then act like nothing. That's what I kind of wanted to do. I just wanted to pop out and be like, hey girl, like, But that's why a lot of people are like, oh, what is it? Like, what is this? And I've been open about it, but that's why I'm like, it does take part with the eating. Like, you have to eat, you have to do the working out too, because it could only do so much. Because I feel like I could have lost more weight faster, but I'm like, but it just stopped me from being hungry. And I feel like it just inspired more people that, like, if you're like upset with yourself, do something about it. Yeah. Because I was complaining every morning, and I didn't do nothing until I got to my breaking point. I saw a video of me at my club hosting, and I was like, ooh, this gotta go. It was after Christmas, and I was like, yeah. Everyone was just like, be happy with your body. Don't beat yourself up. And I'm like, I'm just not comfortable. Like, I'm happy with my body. I'll embrace it. Like, when I was crying. I called my mom crying. She was at an event with my sister, and I was noticing stretch marks. I've never had them. So I was like, they were on my hip, and I called her crying. I was like, what can I do? What do I do? I'm freaking out. And she was just like, your body's changing. Like, I don't know what to tell you, girl. And she goes, at least you have a butt now. And I just started crying more, because I was like, I don't care anymore. But yeah, and like, as soon as I got my stretch marks, I was like, I'm going to post it. Like, I had my moment. Like, I was vulnerable. I let it out. And I was like, you know what? F it. There's other girls that have stretch marks too. It's like, I'm just going to take advantage of what I have
and embrace it.
I feel like it just gave me a different look. It was like a different hair color for the time being. That's what it was. Different hair color. I had my thick era, and now I'm going to go back to my skinny K-pop era. That's my goal. But, yeah.
There's a girl in her K-pop, I swear.
Yeah. And then, since you do have like a huge audience and a huge platform, what are like your future goals to do with your platform? Like, do you want to do anything with it?
Yeah, I literally told my mom this, because it was just got to a point like where I was used to my dad doing everything, and my money was my side money. Like, that money was for me. And after the whole divorce thing, it was just really stressful, and my dad was being stubborn at the time, and I was just like, you know what, I'll handle everything. I wanted to be the big girl. I put my big girl shoes on, and I was like, I got it. And it got to the point where I was like really stressed, and I was like, fuck. And that's why I started my OnlyFans again, because I was like, you know what, that's extra money, but I never wanted to go too far to the extent I was just like, she's an OnlyFans girl. There's nothing wrong with it, but with me, I have a broad audience of where it goes, like the men, the older women, and then I do have mainly younger kids, like younger. And I'm just like, I don't want that to be, that's like what I'm known for. And because it was like a priority for me at the time, but I just did not want to go to an extreme, because it's like, I have so many opportunities with social media. I want to do more like YouTube, oh my God, everyone hates me with my YouTube because they're like, post more, and they're like family videos. I'm like, girl, there's no more family. It's hard. It's hard to do that content. But I do try my best with that, but I definitely see myself doing more than, like, I don't know. I like seeing the influencers. I know everyone hates it when like influencers are at the Grammys or like at award shows. They hate it, but I feel like that's my goal. Like to get to a point where it's not just social media and like it's more than that. And even like I did an acting gig for Brat TV a couple years ago, and I was really nervous. That was my first time, but like even like I'm just open to anything and everything. That's why like any platform. When TikTok was getting deleted to Red Note, I was there. I was taking advantage of it because it's like we keep moving. It was Musically, it was Instagram, and then TikTok, and then now it's gonna be like you never know. So I just want to like have a foot in every door. That's with good. Everything. Yeah. That's just my main goal. I like. That's why I like being very. Is it the word versatile? Is that what it is? Like I want to do that, and then even like with my outfits, I don't like sticking to like one style, one genre. I like to show that I can do everything because it's like you never know what I'm gonna be needed for. I don't know. Like just a good mix of everything is what I like. Like that's why I'm like I do like I'm not a full blown makeup like creator, but I'll take my makeup brands, I'll do song promos, like I'll do a mix of everything because it's like you never know what is gonna hit. Like I'm still growing as an influencer and as a person, so it's just like you never know when I'm really gonna find what like I want to do. So yeah, I know, because I feel like the end goal is always to grow. It's just to keep growing. Like it's like kind of like learning a little bit. Like I'm gonna keep going, but
and you're still so young, so you still have a lot of time.
Yeah, I don't want it to stop. Like that's what it is.
And like, everybody has their time, and then they're up or what is it that
like where they like fall out.
They fall out. But I have to admit,
I feel like that only happens when you take a break.
Yeah, her numbers have always fluctuated, but the longevity of her she's still relevant.
Yeah,
and it's not even she does, but it's not. And fortunately, I feel like it's because it's a little piece of everybody in our family. Like she keeps her like still there.
Yeah, it's a mix of everything, and that's why like
I be tagging them, and I'm on Mom Talk. You know what I'm saying?
Like literally, she'll show us like a mom trend to do, and I'm like, oh, okay, we'll do it. Like I did like what the why do you still talk to my ex about? Like I seen everyone doing it with their moms. She sent it to me, and I was like, okay, I'll do that. Did it. Like little sister content, like siblings, they love the sister stuff. It's just like a good mix of everything. That's why I made sure, like when I started social media, I was like, guys, we could do this like together. It'd be so much better. Like literally, it's like it is 3 generations, but it's like 3 different kinds of content
and from all like 3 different audiences too.
Exactly,
like 3 different age ranges and
stuff.
It's
a mix of everything.
Yeah, and I think that in the business perspective, I think longevity is what's mainly important. It's like the most thing that's really important. Like not with like our views or with like, because obviously our views are going to change regardless.
Yes.
Like we could have 5 views today and then thousands of views tomorrow, but I feel like longevity is what brands look out for. Like even like you said, you want to do acting, like what movies look out for. It's just all about longevity, so it's good. I think you girls have been doing a really good job.
And I feel like the good thing about that too, like with us being open to everything, is us finally getting the chance to, even though in the long run she didn't want to do it in the beginning, of us finally being able to do our show. That like, so in the beginning of like us like actually being a family, she never wanted to do a reality show. Now that we have the opportunities and everything to do it, we finally took the chance to, and hopefully that goes well.
That's why
you guys really gonna see the real because literally the first day of recording already crashed out.
Literally,
you guys are giving them a show already.
I'm not even gonna say that.
Me and my mom argued. We had a dinner talk.
We got the mic drop actually happen on camera.
Oh my god, there is like a spoiler.
Goes, I don't want to be on camera.
A little spoiler. We have like an altercation, and like I just like I got so mad. I was like, I'm going to my room, and I took my mic off, and then I went to my room, and then I ended up having to talk it out with like all the producers and cameramen.
And stuff.
I was like,
how exciting. Well, we are gonna get into all of that because I'm sure your audience, it actually might be the first time that they're hearing from this.
Yeah, we've never actually like put it out there or posted it, but it was,
But I do want to pivot back to Alesia. So I know earlier we were talking to her about like having her 2 daughters on social media, and I'm sure a lot of moms look up to you and they actually watch you. Like, how does it even feel having not 1 but 2, well actually 3 with with your son as well. Like having your children, well, your kids. I was gonna say children like they're 5 years old. I'm like my daughter's 4. Like your kids being on social media and them actually having like a really big fan base.
Yeah, I mean, I'm proud of all of them, and in each way that they do things, and just their work ethic, and like my son has his own brand, and he does, you know, he still does social media, and it kind of just branched out, but I'm really happy for them, and I'm here to make sure that they just keep going.
Yes, 100%.
I'm just not like, as a manager also, you would think that I would be the type of mom that would say, no, you're doing this, you're doing that. If they say, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm like, don't go to school.
Oh, okay.
Get a 9 to 5. Like,
yeah, she's so quick to say that. Like, oh my god,
like fight for me, please.
She got so.
I
turned down this job opportunity, and she was like, "Oh, so you want to do that? So you're gonna be doing this, and this, and that." And like, she's giving me a reality check of life, and I'm like, "Okay, I'll do it."
Yeah, they don't understand. Like, sometimes myself, I'm like, I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like getting ready today. And when I think back, and I'm like, I would have to be doing a 9 to 5 if this is not what I'm, doing, or getting them to be doing stuff. But reality check real quick. And I did have a talk with Josie when she graduated. I told her, I was like, what do you want to do? Do you want to do social media, or do you want to go to college? And when she said, Mom, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, trust me, we've had a lot of arguments after that where she's just like, I don't know if I'm going to do this. And then I'm just like, remember the conversation we had, because if not, you need to figure it out. Or get Tang to step up his cut.
His barber cuts, I know. 500 a haircut at that point.
That's insane.
I actually want to bring this back where the girls were actually giving you advice. Like, how do you take that now? Like,
I feel that it has reversed, but I still stand on how I taught them. Yeah. And I get people in my ear and take your own advice. Sorry. But they tell me they take your own advice, and I'm like, I get it, but I'm a protector of my kids. Yes. And I could get beat up, I could get all that, but I don't want them to. If I could go back in time, I would have wanted to protect them a lot more on a lot of stuff, or I wish I could just go back in time and be like, don't do this. But I mean, it is what it is, and it's a learning experience.
I know. Do you ever have like moments where you're just like, no, don't post that, like, Tessa, don't post that, Josie?
So all the time. Yes, and then I'll even send her a post and said, this should have been first. And and then I used to go on their lives.
Oh, okay.
But not on that, because you know how it goes on your for you page. So I'll go watch it, and then I'm texting, don't say this. Talk about this, or like I'll admit that, because I know there was, I think back in the day, a mom was doing that, and they just tore her up for that, and I'm like, you have children that are on this, and you don't want them to sit there and say anything bad or anything like that, and it's just like you want to guide them a little bit.
It basically is peer training, because I know a lot of people, they just go on live and they just air out everyone, they air out themselves, and it's just like, girl, like that, it's like scary, because it's like it's on I've learned the hard way, everything is on the internet for the rest of your life. Like, I sit back and I'm like, my kids are gonna see this, they're gonna see everything. Like,
I never thought about it.
Everything's on there, and that's why I'm just like, I'm glad, like, even with this agency that I'm with now, they're like, yeah, we'll go on your lives and we'll tell you what to say, and I'm like, that's literally what my mom would do, like, just like, just with that, and it's cool, like, that she knew to do that. Like, I don't know, she made us feel like little celebrities. She would train us.
I do have to admit, there's a little secret.
What?
I was like, do you know these girls? And she was like, no. I was like, they're Alondra and Elsie.
Oh, really?
So,
really?
yeah.
Wait, so you introduced us to them?
Yeah, and that's when I started, like, following you guys. I saw your post, and I was just like, oh, they're so bad. Like, they're baddies. And I was like, I want to, And then she was just like, I'm going to get you in contact with their brand. Watch. I was like, okay. And
then she made it happen.
And then, I got my OCD
And it was her and Desiree going to your guys' thing. I was like,
yes.
go. Yes. I was a little behind that.
Yeah. See, that's why I'm saying, like, a lot, and not in a bad way, but like how I was telling you, it was like I'm awkward. Like a lot of my friendships and connections that I've made is because of her. She's like, when it comes to events, she's the outgoing one. She has she's like a little social butterfly when it comes to it. She knows how to break the ice. Me, if I feel like it's awkward right away, I think that's gonna be the whole conversation, and it just makes me nervous. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna step away. But her, she can talk, and she knows how to do business and like friendship. So it's just so beneficial. And it's crazy because she didn't have social media growing up, so it's like, girl, how do you know how to do this, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I did have a party crew back in the day, though.
What?
I did. I was the leader of a party crew, and I organized it. We used to go places.
Wait, was it like a flyer crew?
Yes.
Oh my God, with like NOS tanks and stuff?
Yes.
I'm like, is that ghetto, sir? I grew up in the ghetto.
Yes.
Yes. I'm like, how much were your balloons?
That is insane.
Yes, but unfortunately, I got pregnant, and that all ended.
Unfortunately?
Oh, no. No, my bad. Not that.
You meant fortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope you meant that.
I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, I think, and then I always compare it to that whenever I go back and like tell them things. I used to say, we have to go here, and we have to get to, then we didn't have the internet.
Yeah, that's true.
We didn't. And so I would want to go to,
all we had was like, what was it, Kick?
Girl, not I'm talking
MySpace.
before that.
Okay.
It was even
MySpace.
before that. So I'm telling you, it's by word of mouth and just pictures. And then when MySpace came, everybody put it on there.
So Alesia, I know you were saying that you had like little flyers, little parties, little backyard boogies. So where did you grow up? Was it here in California?
San Bernardino.
San Bernardino. Okay, no wonder you were at those parties, girl. Oh my God, how was it growing up there?
Wow. It
was a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was pretty fast. And like, if anybody knows, it was baseline between Medical Center and Mount Vernon. Like, yeah, it's dead right there in the. Sorry, but yes. Wow. Yeah, and then yeah, I grew up there. It made me tough, and I ended up going to Cajon, and then I went to a continuation school and finished there. Yeah.
So you were born and raised in San Bernardino, and you went to like all your school years over there?
Actually, no. My dad got transferred to Kansas from Santa Fe, from San Bernardino, and I lived in Topeka, Kansas for a good part of like my junior high years.
Oh, really? How was that?
It was very hard.
Was it like a huge transition going to San Bernardino to that?
It was, because like oh my God, I had a really bad experience living out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're in Kansas.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it was just because the state that I even came from, I was hated immediately.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Well, this California girl thinks she's too good. Who said that?
You're like, girl, I'm from San Bernardino.
You don't even know. I'm not from LA. But yeah, and then a lot of hard years there. Yeah. A whole lot of lore.
A lot of lore.
Do you feel like growing up in San Bernardino like shaped you to be a strong person? Because I myself, I grew up in South Central.
Okay.
And I feel like it is a hard life. As much as we don't want to like call it ghetto, but it's very cultured. I think that's the most appropriate way to say it. But I do think that we do go through a lot growing up in these like very gang member like saturated cities, and I think that it makes you come out like a way different and stronger person.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's what kind of made you be like how you are now?
I would say so. I think it was just more, for me, it was more of the people around me, because I wasn't really in that. I did get, I think it's the eyebrows, but they used to think that I was like a chola, but no. I was more of like the go-go clubber dancer girls,
like the flyers and stuff.
Yeah. But as far as like getting into anything with a bad crowd or anything, no. I grew up with all my cousins and went to high school with all my cousins, so it was very fun.
Oh, how nice.
If we could only go back.
Would you consider yourself like a troublemaker growing up, or were you kind of like a good girl?
I would say that
Don't even try to say good girl.
Damn it. I was a troublemaker.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't want my kids to have that life, or I didn't want them to grow up like how I did, because obviously it's shaped into us how we are, how we grew up, and I didn't want that for them. So they had a mom that was present, and they had a mom to direct them in the right direction. So I mean, they should, I mean, obviously they're, I mean, better off. So I started at 12. I was, my dad was a security at a club, and he'd be like, since I'm there, you can come. So I went every single weekend. But it was, I went to the, like the cumbia clubs. And
stuff. Okay. Yeah. Like the Spanish ones.
Yes. And so that's my genre right
oh my god, that's so funny. I used to go to like the little like backyard boogies, like the flyers.
Oh, okay.
Where you had to like pay like $5 to get in.
Yeah. You was paying me.
I probably was. That is, and then like sometimes they used to do like hall parties.
Yes.
That maybe I have run into you.
I don't know. Have you been in the IE? Maybe, seriously, maybe.
Yeah, because I remember. Well, like I told you guys earlier, like I'm the youngest from all my sisters, so my sisters used to take me with them. What would you say? What would it be like your core memory growing up?
A lot of trauma, to be honest.
Yeah,
I have a lot of trauma, and I'm still trying to just fix it and be good. And because I'm putting my own trauma on my life right now myself. But I would say just my core memory of just growing up, I have to admit, it was family. And I think that's why, like, I tried to instill that so much into the girls. Like, I'm still, like, even if we eat out, I want to eat together. Like, you know, stuff like that. I do have to admit now it's kind of harder because, like, I mean, I'll even, like, separate a little bit because you just want to just I don't know how to explain it.
You
but
get comfortable with yourself. That's what it is.
Yeah. And then sometimes, like, they will be hungry at different times, so it's just like it hits or misses. But that right there, where I'm just like, okay, you know. But I mean, you just gotta make it happen.
Yeah, I know, and I think that especially since you are on social media as well with Josie and Tessa, obviously there's a lot of people online who like we said earlier, like they try to come for like your motherhood and stuff, but I don't think people tend to realize like the sacrifices that you had to do for your daughters, well, and also your son. How was that trying to like because you mentioned that you got pregnant with Josie first, right? And at what age did you get pregnant with her?
17.
Oh, you were 17. So how
that's like me getting pregnant next year or this year.
No. Yeah, no.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when she surpassed that, I was like, yay. I accomplished something. No. Yeah.
How was it like being a teenager and getting pregnant?
I had to move out and grow up, and it was really hard because I mean, in all reality, I it's hard to say. I don't know how to say it. Like, I didn't really know her dad that well. We were together, but we didn't know each other that well, and so like it's just baby. And now I always reference it a little bit like an arranged marriage. Because he was forced to take care of me and the baby, and I was just kind of just there. I even was like, I'm going with my mom and my dad. They're gonna help me, and yeah. So it kind of just I ended up staying, and yeah, had the rest of them.
Oh, okay. And then after Josie, so you guys just decided to stay together, and you guys.
Yeah, and then a lot, I think for both of us, like it was more to like, I think back then you had to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And
like if you had like a guy partner, you had to live with them.
Yes, and it sounds so taboo when I hear people say, well, I'm just gonna
get rid of it.
How do you say that?
I know.
Oh, like seek different options.
Yeah, to seek different options. And when I hear that, I'm just like, what?
Why is that an option?
That's so crazy to me.
Yeah.
But then I think like, oh my God, if this was like normalized back then, I wonder, like, you know, just like how life would have been. No, like just in general because I was like one of the last ones to get pregnant in my friend group. So yeah, I try to have a good head on my shoulders. But yeah, so we got married, and then we had my son, and then this little girl right here. Very unexpected, my girls.
Oh,
yeah. Nate was the only planned one.
Oh, he was. Okay, so your son was the only planned one. Do you want more kids in the future?
I don't think I do.
No. Okay.
I think my time has came to. I feel and where I'm at now, where I just discussed this, where I think God gave me a good part of my life, and now maybe it's just time for me to just like, just like live life and experience relationship. And
I told her if she ever tried having a kid, I would not talk to her anymore.
Oh, you want to be the baby?
No,
still?
Not the youngest. I just feel like, why would you want to restart?
Yeah, like you've already like it's.
I mean, I am old,
over.
so I wouldn't want to put that on myself. Also,
you're not old. Why do you think you're old? That's not old.
No. But like, I wouldn't. I mean, health wise, like I don't think that would be a smart thing to do.
Yeah,
but. Yeah.
And I feel like now, it's like the perfect time for you to actually focus on yourself. Because I know you were saying earlier that, I believe Tessa was saying that now the girls feel like you are going through something mentally. So maybe it's like finally the time for you to be like, okay, let me focus on me. Like my kids are good. Like, especially since you guys are going through a lot right now as a family. Like, do you feel like you can finally start focusing on yourself?
Yeah. I do. I have to admit it is hard because like I've never been alone and I'm still like trying and maybe a little damaged because like a relationship that I'm in like it's just it's not, maybe I'm not all there to where I should be, but I do know like coming from her end, like she sees me and she just like I did with her, I wanted to protect her to the fullest, and I know she wants to do that for me, and I know that maybe she can see ahead because she's experienced a lot in a lot of relationships, so maybe she wants to save me from that, but she knows too. She tells me, she's like, you know you have to experience it, and I know you got to go through it.
Yeah, that's why I just like it just is frustrating at times because I'm like, girl, you waste. I'm not saying it was a waste, but from what I've heard from both parties of this divorce, it's just it does feel like you wasted your life, and it's like, girl, you have so much more, and she just thinks I'm gonna die soon. I'm gonna go. I'm like, 40. Like, where are you gonna go?
I googled it. I only have 40 more years.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, she doesn't. She just brings herself down a lot. Like, she sees herself like 10 times less than what she actually is, and it's frustrating. She thinks she doesn't deserve what she actually deserves, and she just like puts up with like the thin line of bare minimum that's not even fully there, and she's just like with friendships and everything she doesn't. I'm like, you deserve more. Like, you put up with that for 20 years, you would think you'd be completely done, and she's like restarting. I see it as she didn't fully heal from that, so she's like, it gives like restarting a cycle, and that's why I get scared, because it's like I kind of told her, leave that cycle, you can do better, you need to do better for yourself, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know. I see potential in her. She's
100%. I think that especially because you grew up with the way you grew up, and you were able to raise Josie at 17 years old. I think that's a lot, being a teenager, and not only that, you had 2 kids after that as well. So I think that what you have done with your family as a whole, a lot of people can't really say that. So I don't think that you should really like degrade yourself like that, or make yourself feel bad, because you have done a really good job with your girls and your son. And then now I feel like it's also your first time experiencing a lot of things. And I think that's a good mindset to have, and for the girls to also tell you that, because now it's your time to live, your time to shine, and you're not old. I don't think 40 is old.
No. She swears, I don't know, I'm telling her, I'm like, go out, go
It is kind of hard though, because if you think about it, being in a marriage for 20 years, and then you didn't really have friends or anything, then you come out and it's just like, it is kind of hard, because you can't tell everything to your kids, and it's like, who do you talk to?
And especially because you probably feel like that's all you knew, like you had like a routine life.
Yes, so that is where I fell back into depression, was because I was like, after everything finalized, I was like, okay, like every month that went by, I was like, it's gonna get normal, we're gonna go back to normal, and then once everything was finalized, I was like, okay, where's normal at? Like, I have to do a new normal. What's a new routine? So it's just like, yeah.
Oh, I know. I feel like that must be really hard. But I do think that you hold yourself really good, and obviously you do have a good head on your shoulders if your daughters can see that, because they see you on an everyday basis. So I think the fact that you are able to heal and show your daughters I'm gonna get through this, because the fact that you're going through this with their dad, and you're still able to obviously co-parent with him really good and still be like, oh, it's like now it's my turn to like, and I think your daughters would love seeing that. Like they would love to see, oh my mom's finally happy. Like she's finally doing something that she wasn't able to do maybe when you were with, you know, their dad or like when you were growing up. So I don't know, I think you do have a lot more, and I think that it's nice to see you even start on social media or even be on social media, because I think that you can give advice to a lot of these moms, like especially moms who have kids on social media or want to have kids on social media, or even moms who are going through a divorce. I think that there's a lot that you can offer, but I think obviously right now you're probably more like in an emotional state. So it's hard to see that. So I think it's good to be reminded here and there. And so like, what advice would you probably give any moms out there who are going through the same thing and probably watch you and stuff on social media?
Literally, like if I was to give myself the advice, I would say take it day by day, and just keep trying. Don't give up. And as far as social media, I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
No, it's okay.
But you don't cry. The words are hitting her. That's why. It's okay, honey. Because seeing her cry makes me cry. Okay.
No, it's because honestly, Alesia, I feel like you are going through a lot, but you are also very, very strong, especially because you can acknowledge that you're hurting. And it does take time to heal. Like you, from a year from now, you can still be crying about the situation. Yeah. And I feel like you guys as a whole, like, I think that you have raised your daughters to be the fact that they're even emotional, like they can feel what you're feeling. So they love you. And I think that it's nice to see that you guys, you know, together are going through it, and they know, because like Josie said, they can see the potential in you. You have so much more to live for. And I think it's nice that, you know, you're able to get on here and be brave and be courageous, and because not a lot of people can do that. A lot of people, especially being on social media, like there is a lot of critics out there. So I think you're a lot stronger than you know.
Because I think that I mean, going through social media, it does, because it's you get so much judgment. They have absolutely no clue at all. Like I think I've even explained this on a live that I was rock bottom, and I wanted to get out of my head, and I called a friend. I went out with her, and no drinking involved, not really anything like that. I ended up getting jumped because they noticed me, and they said, "Oh my god!" They said, "She's famous. She's famous." I was like, "Oh no, I'm not famous." And the friend was like, "I don't know who she is," and I was just like, "Okay." And then I turned around, and then it went down. The girls were so like freaked out about it and this and that, and then I was just like, that was where I was just like, God, why? Like, you know, but.
And I feel like it's when we go through like the toughest time is when we start questioning life. We're just like, why? But I do think that if the fact that you're able to stay faithful and you have a lot of faith in everything that you're doing, I think that's really important. And it's nice. Because I don't know, I do think that we go through these things, but as like our testimonies.
It's really hard because like I lived for them, and then now that they're becoming adults, it's like, okay, like she always tells me, I'm never gonna leave you, and I'm just like, you're growing up, you're gonna get married, like I gotta have my life too, and I don't want to ever. I think this is every mom's like thing that we never want to be a burden, you know, and then especially with the age, like, you know.
I'll carry you for the rest of my life. I'm changing your diapers, girl.
Girl, bye.
Your diapers. Yeah, I will. Oh, that's cute. It seems like you guys have like a best friend type of like mom and daughter relationship.
Yeah, but don't get it twisted.
Yeah,
whenever I hear, oh my god, whenever I hear, I think they think it's a compliment, but they're like, you're a cool mom. No, thank you. No, I'm not a cool mom. Like,
yeah, that's like her least favorite comment. But they're like, or like the hate comment that she hates the most is like she acts more like a friend than a mom, and it just makes her so mad because she's like, that's not what she does. And it's like, I'm sorry, I grew up with my mom. We grew up together, so it's like I don't know what you want me to do about it. That's my best friend. Like it is.
But not just that. I don't know if they misconstrued it. Like I know that life is about looks and this and that, and it's no matter how much or what I think of myself. I guess the appearance to everybody in the world is different than mine, and I get. Why are you my top hated? I freaking hate it. They're like, why are you hanging out with kids? They're my kids, and who doesn't want to hang out with their kids if any chance you can get? And I don't think the audience, like, or people or supporters really understand. Like, I don't care how I look. Like, these are my kids, and I'm gonna be right there, and I'm gonna hang out with them. And
especially
their friends will be there too. So of course, like, I'm not gonna say get out of here, but I do have to admit it did take an effect on me, because I just don't want to deal with it, to where when their friends do come over, I stay in my room, like really, and I won't come out until after. But then they'll come up and say hi, and I'm just like, okay, bye. But
no, I think that I honestly don't think it matters, because we went to like an after party together. A lot of people do not know this, but we all went to like an after party together after the Forasara Hida like album release party, right?
Yeah.
And then it was me and you who stayed up all night talking. And I had a great I feel like we had such a good conversation. And I think that that's the person that a lot of people don't see. Because you were just very welcoming, and I didn't feel like I was talking to like an older person. When I see you with the girls, I never see us like, why is she hanging out with them? Like, especially because you work for them. Like, you're also their manager. So it makes sense. Like, I wish my mom was my manager.
Girl, you don't know how many times I've heard that, and then it'd be like, just keeping it like the money in the family.
That was my like fear. As soon as I like got into social media, I heard everyone saying, my manager ripped me off with the merch. They never gave me all the sales. I was like, mom, let's not do that.
But I know that in real life, like society, it's broken up into groups, like you have high school, like, and then all the kids hang out. In social media, it's different. Like, you have a variety of ages and people and ethnicities, and you end up talking to people, and I think what it is that everybody understands each other. Everybody knows what it's like to do everything that we're all doing. So obviously with her, she's gonna end up talking to somebody, or like networking wise, and we don't say, how old are you? You can't talk to me or make money with me unless you're my age.
I always make it an example. I'm like, look, there's like these young actors that go on set and they're gonna communicate with like the older actors or like their coworkers, and it's just like no one ever shames them for that, because obviously it's a job. But I feel like it's kind of the same thing. We're both making money from it, so it's still considered a job in a way.
That's why you have me there. She does not go anywhere without me, and if she does, she has a set security. Like, she does not go out by herself. She did one time, and she lost that. Like, it was only literally one time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, and I let her try to go out with her, be a normal girl, go with your friends, and I didn't like the outcome, so that's never gonna happen again. I mean, obviously, I let her do Starbucks runs and stuff like that, but
let's go to the gym alone.
But as far as like events or anything like that, no. Absolutely not. And then like in this industry, would you want a 16-year-old to be out there by herself? I don't think so.
That's what I'm saying. They act like it's a bad thing. They're like, oh, who does she think she is? She has security. Girl, think about it. Like,
I always tell him, you're a professional babysitter. That's what you are. And he works for big people. So but it's just like he's like family. So like
and then also, like, God forbid, like, anything happens to Tessa, what happened with you they like saw you and they ended up dumping you because they saw you, because they knew you from social media. And that's what I mean, that a lot of people don't, unless you're like in this position, unless you're like in this industry, like, it's really like you can't really put yourself in our shoes and your shoes, you know, and their shoes, because I think what you're doing is you're showing up for your kids.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to do that? Like, what parent does not want to do that?
Exactly. Like, there was so many events that I had to miss out because she couldn't take me because my siblings. Now Tessa doesn't have to deal with that. If, like, my mom and me had something planned prior, but there's an event Tessa needs to go to, it's not like, oh, Tessa, you have to, like, take an L on the opportunity if she's able to work still. It's like, it just works out. I didn't have that. I had to just watch all everyone's stories.
And get FOMO.
Yeah.
No, I know, but sorry.
No, and like I've deleted her Instagram actually.
Oh my god.
Wait, really? Josie's why?
Dude, oh my god, I was in high school. And she's like, I don't care if you're doing this. I was making money too, and it wasn't enough. She was like, I don't care if you're doing this. I'm gonna take your phone. I had my phone taken away for like a month.
She had to kiss my butt. I was like, you have this brand deal. Once it's done, that's it. And then she would have like to kiss my butt.
I had 300K over here missing for a month. Everyone was probably like, where'd she go?
I don't care.
She didn't. Tessa, on the other hand, gets away with a lot.
I got my phone taken away for like a year before.
She did.
When
a year? That's crazy. Oh my god.
Yeah, not when you did.
But I think I kept it longer because she like hung out with me. She kept me company.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's funny.
You could have just been like, here's your phone, just spend more time with me, or I'll take it away again.
When I would get in trouble, Mom used to make me use my phone in her room. Like I couldn't. The phone could not leave her room.
Oh yeah.
And if I wanted to go eat and watch a video, she goes, and I was like,
since they're saying it all, their Halloween candy, I would make them work for it. They had to give me a massage to get
it. A massage, a foot massage.
Yeah, massage to get her phone back, massage. To go out. I still do it to this day. She goes,
oh yeah, I recently gave her a massage.
Yeah, she asked for it, and I'm like, fine.
Thank you.
I'm like, as you should. That's gonna be Alani in 10 years. I'm like, you want your phone? Give me a foot massage.
I'm learning right now.
So obviously we found out that Alesia actually manages the girls. So how is it like balancing like mom life and also balancing like the BTS of like managing with like business deals and like the business perspective?
You have to have a balance of it, but it does get tricky because at the end they're my kids and they're my and that's my number one that I've put above. And you're distracting me.
Sorry. That was funny though.
No,
it's funny because I could see them from the corner of my eye. I'm like, I kind of want to see what they're doing.
And yeah, so but at the end, whenever like anything goes down, where we had a situation where something went down with us, and I could have marketed off of it, I could have made money, but I feel like I have how would you say that? I still have a lot of morals, especially as a parent, because I can never sell my kids out. We probably even missed out on big money opportunities because of that, and I'm okay with it because at the end, where I am, where I could, I don't know, I don't know. At the end, like I have that momager in me, but when it really comes down to it, I'm just like, God, dang it.
Bring yourself to do it.
Yeah, okay. But there's normal things that happen where I'm like, okay, I'm telling you as a manager to do this, but mom is telling you to do this. So I give them the options. As long as like it's a, you know.
Do you want to be rich or poor is the question is how it goes in my head.
I'll be honest with me, as long as we're living comfortable, we're healthy, and we got food in the pantry, then I'm good. Like, of course, who doesn't want to be rich and living a good, wealthy life? But at the end, that's what I want.
Just okay. Yeah, it's like literally just fine.
But then again, I feel like we still gotta work because not only are we working for her family eventually, her family, mine. I'm thinking of the future of all of us.
You start a new family?
No.
Me and Chep.
Yeah. The little, yeah.
I know. And then like speaking about like you guys working as a family, so you guys did mention earlier that you guys have a new project coming out that your audience or even my audience might have like it's their first time hearing about it. So obviously without saying too much because we still want to keep it for the show, what is the idea behind it that you guys are doing?
It's actually it's just behind the scenes, and it's going to get to know us a little bit more. And
I think we had like a reality check where we were just like, so many people have misunderstood us. So it finally gives us like an opportunity to pick ourselves back up and show people like the reality, literally the reality of like how we are behind the screen.
It's beyond behind the scenes. Like I feel like the internet has gotten a 15-second snippet of our actual real life one time, and it was a live where she was begging me to go out, and she normally doesn't do this. Like we don't put I'm very private when it comes to certain things, and she was begging to go out, and trying to find ways to just do it, and I was like, no, and then to see the comments saying, "Oh, she's finally being a mom," I'm like, "Oh, baby, if you've seen everything else or what led up to everything, you would really know." Because they think she's able to, like, they see her going here, or there. There's so much more we get invited to, and we don't go, or I just don't think maybe like, no, I don't, maybe you shouldn't, and like, or any, not every opportunity we take, like, but.
So what's like the most exciting thing that you guys are looking forward to when it comes to the show? Do you guys think that it's that part where you're like, finally, like people are actually going to get to know us on a deeper level instead of just judging us through what you guys see behind the screens?
I think I would definitely say that, like 75% of that. And I think the rest of that is more of like open doors for us. Cause I know it's going to be like very good for us, like with this, and because I know that's like all I wanted for us too.
Because I have to admit again, it's a lot of stuff that I wouldn't want even out there, but it's like, you know what, we've been out here we've been out here for so long. Why not give the people that have been invested and helped us like see a little bit more of us, to see what we're all about, and then maybe make your judgments, opinions, based off that, and then maybe just to get to know us maybe a little bit more.
That sounds like so much fun, like seeing you guys on a whole different screen.
It's a little nerve-wracking though.
I know.
It's just gonna be one big YouTube video. That's how I see it. It's like very like, I feel like it's just gonna be a more in-depth vlog. Like it's what they want. They want to see more.
Definitely, because I was able to tell her, don't put that in there. I don't want that. Don't put this. I don't want to be filmed, or you know what I mean. Now it's just
real.
It's like unfiltered.
Authentic. That's I feel like that's the best way to go about it, because when you have stuff like scripted and like planned, I feel like it's like kind of obvious. It's like but the best. We are the best when it's literally just real. Like my videos I do in one take, and when if I just try to do it again, it's just
it doesn't come off like authentic. Yeah. And then obviously with the new show, you guys are gonna get a lot of more opportunities and projects, and I think as a whole you guys have like a really huge audience. Like what advice would each of you guys tell like your audience, especially for someone who wants to do social media?
I think my main thing, that like as soon as you see the opportunity, like one, don't be scared to post. Always post. I feel like that's kind of how I started off. Everyone was like, "Are you really doing a YouTube video in 8th grade?" I was like, "Yeah, I am. What about it?"
In class too.
Yeah, like take that risk, do it. Don't be scared, because I mean, look, I know social media is not the same. It's harder now. There's like way more platforms to grow on, but it could happen. You need to be consistent. Try every type of video, mukbang, makeup, vlog, everything. The first one that hits, keep doing it.
I feel like another thing that takes part in it is like, what stops people is like the numbers.
Yes.
And that goes for influencers as well. Like once influencers see their views go down.
You talking about yourself?
Oh. Bye. No. Once influencers think their views go down, they don't think it's enough. And it's just like, I always use this, or I always like listen to this example. It's noted in my head that like 15 people in a room is a lot. 100 people in a room is a lot. So imagine that, but like behind the screen.
Yeah, like
So I always you just gotta think of it like that.
Like, don't let one bad video, like, if your video starts to pop off and then one bad video, don't let it be like, I don't know what to do anymore. Because sometimes I catch myself doing that. I'm like, oh, my video flopped. Like, what do I do now? Like, what can I do that's new? You just, like, it's literally, it's like, what, the stock market, it goes up and down, girl. It's not like a guaranteed thing. Like, you just have to keep going. Like, I had a minute where everyone was like, you fell off. And I was like, girl, bye. And, like, I just kept going. Like, it's just, you know, you have to start somewhere. You can't just expect to be a big influencer and get everything handed to you. That's not how it works, like, at all.
I would say it from a mom's point of view. If you see something and you see your kid wanting to do it, go behind them. Go, if you can't afford it, go to the Dollar Tree. Go get all that stuff and help them.
I know,
like,
you could literally do like a Dollar Tree YouTube video.
Yeah, you don't even need, like, a lot of people are like, oh, what camera do you use? I want to be a YouTuber. You don't need a camera. Use your phone. Edit on your phone.
Both vlog on our phone for our YouTube videos. I sometimes use my camera, but I feel like it's hard using my camera.
I feel like when people see it on a phone, it's like, it feels like they're more like, it's like they're watching a video with you. It's like more,
it's like FaceTime.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. And like, same, like, just, I don't know, don't be like not as persuaded just because you're like, oh, I can't do this. Stop making excuses for yourself. I feel like
that's what I would just say. Just help them. But but if they don't want to do it, do not push your child. Like, don't do it. That's all I can say, because
because some parents get like brainwashed by the money, like,
and
they
make their kids do more. Yes, way more than they actually want to.
No, 100%. Because I feel like my audience, they got so used to seeing my daughter like online, but Alani, like, she likes being on camera, but there's days where she wants to be a toddler. Like, she wants to run around. So when I do try to film with her, it just never happens. And I'm just like, okay, I guess.
Only if they knew Alani was the one that was messaging me, not you. I remember that. Oh my god, she messaged me again. I was like, this is so cute. I love it.
Wait, Alani text you?
I think was it TikTok? She did it so many times, and you were like, I'm sorry. And I was like, no, girl.
She was sending like TikToks and emojis.
That's right. Oh my god, yes, it's because Alani.
It was the A. It was probably the A, and then she would just like.
Yes. This girl, she be getting me in trouble. It's because sometimes she gets on like on my personal TikTok and she's liking or like commenting like random stuff, and I'm like, baby, I'm like, please don't do that. Like, what if you like someone like a hate comment or something? I'm like, I'll for sure be canceled.
Like, oh my god.
No, I thought it was the cutest, and I would show, like, if she did send a TikTok, I would show them.
Yeah, I
like what she sent me.
I like, she wants us to see this, so
you're like, Alani's talking to me. Oh my god, that's so exciting though. I'm actually really excited to see the reality TV show, and I really do hope that it prospers and you guys do really well with it. And to end it off, I do want to ask you girls, so besides like the reality TV show, do you guys have any like upcoming collabs or maybe any dream collabs?
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to wait. Oh my, I have so many people in my head.
Just do one.
This girl, she goes like live on Twitch. She's really funny.
Ooh,
let me find her
on Twitch. I feel like Twitch has become such a big thing.
Actually, my main number one, Quen Blackwell.
Oh yes,
1,000%. I love her. I love her so much, and Lorraine too. That would be a dream. We're mutuals, but I'm like too scared to ever slide up or anything. I'm like, I seen him at a party, and I was like, do I say hi? We were both, we know, like, we've messaged each other before, but it was like awkward, like, you know, like, but yeah, actually, Quen and Lorraine, I think 1,000%.
Yes, I love them. What about you, Tessa?
I feel like more on my age level and everything. Either probably Ariana. You know who Ariana Greenblatt is?
Oh, I think so.
Ariana Grande.
Same. Ariana Greenblatt. Well, she is the top two, to be honest. Like, she's an actor.
Oh,
okay. She's like around my age, and I was like, I think it was like after the Barbie movie. I was like, damn. I was like,
oh, I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
She's like really pretty, and like, I don't know, I like everything, like her lifestyle and everything about her. So I was like, damn, she's someone I would not really collab with in a way. Like, if I got the chance to like make a video, maybe cool, but like to talk to or like just even be cool with, that's someone I would want to be with.
Yes. What about you?
You know what's so crazy? I already got mine.
Who?
Who? It was I'm the one that got you to get to know them, and then when I ended up hanging out with you guys, I was like,
wait,
she got her dream collaborator.
Yeah, no, I'm so serious. It was just so natural and so normal when we were there, and you were just like, come on, let's take a. I was like, she did it with me. Ooh, she fangirl. And I was like, okay. Like, I loved all you girls, like, with the makeups and, you know, all the famous.
The
the bag moment.
Yes. And
Girl.
then I was just, like, you guys are just all so down to earth. And, yeah, that's all I ever wanted to meet everybody. It's just, like, it's so normal, you know?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like
it doesn't feel
I think
we're on
I'm
camera.
at that age though too, where I'm just like, oh my god, I want to just meet this person. Like, no, it's just like you see them and you're like, they're so cool, and it's so good to know that they're like how you think they are.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. I know, like I said before, I feel like when we stayed up almost all night, we were just talking about anything and everything, and it did feel like I've known you for years. And I was just like, oh, and
I think you even had told me at the time, you were like, oh my god, you said it more than a couple of times. You were like, you have to meet my sister. You have to meet my sister. You remind me of my sister. I
Yes.
was like,
Yes, I feel like you'll get along with my older sister Patty. I feel like you guys are the exact same. I'm like, no wonder we get along really well. And a lot of people actually don't know this, but we live so close to each other.
yeah.
Oh my god, she would not let it go after you guys hung out. She goes, Elsie lives so close to us. I think I'm gonna hit her up. Like,
Yes, girl, hit me up. I'm there.
But I do have to admit, I don't like leaving the house. But whenever it's an event, I'm just like, let's go. Yeah.
She's very spontaneous though, because I tell her to text. Like, she's like, "Oh, let's go out to eat. Should I text Elsie?" I'm like, "Girl, you just planned this an hour ago. Like, this is so last minute."
I am like that. Because, and then
You can still invite me. If I'm free, I'll be there.
Yeah.
And I'm the type of person where it's just like, next time I never get offended. I'm just like, girl, there'll be another time.
Yeah.
She knows how spontaneous she is. That's why.
And plus, my girls are all grown. You still have a baby.
Oh yeah, but it's okay. She comes with me everywhere. She's here right now. I literally take her everywhere, and I feel like she's so good anywhere I take her.
Yeah, that's how they were.
She would love BB. I know she would love BB. My dog.
Oh yeah, she probably will. Yeah.
Her dog's a little too. She's like a little rat.
Oh
Yeah, whatever.
How cute. But I do want to say thank you girls so much for coming on.
Thank you for having
I
us
hope
here.
you guys did enjoy it. We've been sitting here for like a good 3-4 hours, I want to say. I don't know how long it's been.
It has been a minute.
Yeah, so thank you girls so much for coming on, and I hope that you guys got to hear and also see a whole different side of each and every one of them. And is there anything else you guys would like to say before we close off? Butt balls.
YOLO. Butt balls and YOLO.
I was literally gonna say YOLO too. It's funny.
Guys, don't be commenting now on my pictures. Calm down.
They're all gonna start spamming you.
Like this butt balls.
Thank you girls so much once again, and thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time on Me and Who Else. Bye. With doing like a fun little game with them, it's just gonna be like, who is most likely to?
Oh, I love this game. I play this game when I drink.
So you guys, we are going to be taking the exclusive content only on our Snapchat. We did a fun little who is most likely to quiz with all of the girls, and you can watch it exclusively only on our Snapchat. I'll put the username somewhere right here. It's Me and Who Else. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode, and I'll see you guys next time on Me and Who Else. Bye.